People, guess what? We are at the ECAM headquarters, and as you can see, I'm hanging out with my crew. We got Peanut to the side over here. Oh, sorry, I gotta use her real name. Cheryl is over here. Of course, you guys know me, I'm Doc. And then we got Kathy, and then P. Dunks.
The old guy.
So don't say anything heinous, because Paul ain't moderating. I should have told you to get your laptop. So we don't.
It's right to the side.
So we don't get in trouble in case you got to kick Rich out or something. Rich, can you let us know how our sound is? We don't have any monitors, so I'm watching you for the sound comments. Papa had to go to the bathroom already. Like, he ran out to the bathroom that quick. All right, so first of all, how's everybody been?
Good.
Yeah.
Good to see the fam be in the same space.
Yeah, it is. It is kind of cool. Well, of course, you guys know this is Creator Q&A, so you can ask us questions. Rich says it sounds good. Mr. Cameron Yunke is over here. Cheryl, we're gonna take this browser and we're gonna pop this out and we're gonna put it on old people font size.
Yes.
Oh, yay.
Okay, because you know it's time for a thicker set.
We go to the eye doctor
I think
next
it's
month.
time for a thicker set. All right, so we can go like that. So at least we can see
Nice.
comments better. All right, cool. So we're gonna be here today answering questions. If you have any questions, just throw them in the chat. And other than that, we're gonna be hanging out, just sort of chatting with everybody. Thank you, Louise, for confirming that I'm cute. I appreciate that. All right, so you guys just been on this wild cruise. What you got to tell us about this cruise situation? First of all, big ups to y'all. You ain't catching me on no cruise. I can't do it.
Oh, I didn't think
it's
I
fun.
could either. I was always like, I don't want to be in that germ factory.
Paul, you're fired. Rich got you.
Oh,
Rich got.
I don't have my Stream Deck.
This is not the. What the heck kind of color is that, Doc? Yo, that is weird. Let me fix this real quick.
is it making us into cartoons?
Yo, it's doing
Use
something
liquid glass to your
extremely odd.
Ooh.
Let's go back to none, and then liquid glass in my comments. Change this to color, and then change the color to purple. This color purple, and then change the text to white. Anyway, so the thing that worries me the most about cruises in general is the concept of that much germy people. And I'm not like a full ass germaphobe, but people be nasty.
I'm pretty
yeah.
close.
Kathy is a germaphobe. She's not pretty close. She is a germaphobe.
So here's the thing.
Get your mask on right now.
This is the thing everyone needs to know. Hand sanitizer is fine unless you think you might be around norovirus. Do you guys know that?
Oh, yeah, norovirus.
Only soap will kill norovirus.
Yeah.
So wash your damn hands.
Constantly.
See, and that's the thing that gets me. You guys are girls, so you might not see it, but
Oh, no.
in the guys' room, you go to the urinal, the amount of dudes that go out there and touch little Richard and then walk the fuck out.
That's how I got mine.
And I'm like, how you got your little Richard?
You're,
Paul. What the hell? Oh my God.
I fell in.
Wait, is that why they call him Big Rich? I wonder. Anyway, so no, when I see dudes walk, like literally, they walk out. And then, so when people want to shake hands, sometimes I'm a little leery, but I do carry
Women do
sanitizer
it
everywhere.
too.
Yeah,
Women do
women
it too. You'll
Okay.
be in there and you'll be
Nasty.
going to the bathroom and you'll hear the door shut, somebody come out and then you're like,
you hear another
then
door
you hear
shut.
another door shut and you never heard any water run or
Oh,
anything like
hell
that.
Stop
no.
being nasty.
That's just
That's
nasty.
nasty.
So here's another tip for you, even just out in real life if you don't cruise. You go to that lovely Indian buffet. Wash your hands not before you go to the buffet, but before you eat. Or after you've held the menu, go wash your hands.
Yeah.
And it's really kept us doing well. So, I mean, it's the same thing. You just have to feel like it's a buffet, wash your hands. I feel like we didn't get sick really anymore. We did get sick earlier in the year, but this was our first big travel. By the end of this year, we will have gone on 16 cruises.
God dang.
Yep.
Oh my God. Okay.
It's hard to believe, isn't it?
Man, I'm trying to find the center. Sorry, Caroline. I'm trying to find the center. I can't find it. There it goes. So this is cool because Little Mouse, not Mickey Mouse, told me that you guys created a new channel that has to do with your traveling. So let's talk about that.
Absolutely. It's the Plant-Based Explorers. So you don't have to be plant-based to watch it. We do talk about some of the plant-based options when we're on different cruises and things like that. But we're also showing you things like Cheryl just put up, I think, a really cool whale video. So since it's a new channel, the original channel, I think it's so bad. Kathy Hester Vegan Recipes, I think. If you just look up Kathy Hester, you get mine. So it's a little more established. And this we just started this year. And so we're kind of trying to feel out the vibe and see what our vibe is.
Nice.
With this, right?
Well, we kind of know that people really like to watch us interact and things like that. That's
It's
kind
fun
of
to
like
watch
our,
an old couple fight.
That's
It's kind of our
exactly
jam,
right.
right?
That's
So
exactly right.
We know how to do that on her cooking channel.
Because I go live a lot on the cooking channel and I teach live classes, and that's really easy. You and I were just talking before this how recorded video is more difficult because I get a little more perfectionistic about it. And while we can do some lives on this new channel, because I'm bringing over some of my people that already watch the lives, we've already found out it's not an effective way to grow the channel.
Correct.
We need to really put out what we are, like, so on my channel, they'll watch just because Cheryl and I are hanging out.
Well,
Kind of
yeah.
like the way they're like, Dogs
I mean,
Live, let's go.
I come and watch you guys just because I miss you, right? Because we're friends. So like, I'll just come and be like, well, first of all, I will fuck a steak up. So I'm not trying to be on your channel. I eat a little healthier now, you know, that I'm cute. But
You were always
I still come to watch you guys because I miss you. And you guys have an energy, even before I met you IRL, you know, you always had a really good energy on camera as like the sweet old country lady from next door. I had no idea she's weird. But that's why we're friends, because I'm weird. And
It's good.
it's really, you know, during the pandemic, when I first ran into your channel, and then I had just picked up Instapot right before we got locked up, right? Before house arrest. And then I was looking for Instapot recipes. And we had a Hawaii Instapot Facebook group that got like a major drama, and the original creator, Rich, and the other people, when they split up, it was like 30-something thousand people deep, and they got in a fight. And I was like, I don't want to be around this nastiness. I got better shit to do. So I go to Amazon, and then I was looking up, you know, Instapot books, and there's this book, you know, Kathy Hester, like vegan Instapots. I was like, I need to find this book with meat. And I swear to you, it was like 2 days later, because you know how the algorithm be minding your business. The algorithm shows me Kathy Hester. I was like, I know who's that. She was in the Amazon. So I go look at her. I'm like, oh, this is good. She's funny. I can pay attention. And then in that time, you were talking about something that was like a Japanese-based ingredient, but you were explaining it to the Americans in the American word. And I'm like, that's Okada. But you didn't call it that. You like called it soy curls or something else that you said. I don't know the right word. And I was like, I thought this girl know what she's talking about. And then I swear it was like a month later that we were in the same stream or group or somewhere where I actually saw you. I was like, holy, you know, and so, yeah, you never know how you're going to meet
It was
these
in
people.
Vlogmas, yeah?
Yeah, it could have been Vlogmas. I totally forget. But the point is, in searching for an answer that I needed, I found an alternative answer that was close, but I am a cognitive leap person. If you could tell me what to do the vegan style, I will copy that recipe and throw chicken in it and be like, shut up, Kat. I'm going to put this chicken in here.
But see, that's why we
And
get
you do
along so
exactly
well.
the opposite.
But yeah, we're the same way, because I'll be like, oh, you're missing beef stew? Oh, I got you. I can veganize that,
Yes.
right? So
And she can vegan that. I be throwing crazy stuff at her. I got one of those. And then I remember we was in a group thing sometime, and I said, you know what I'm gonna get into during the pandemic? I'm gonna learn how to make my own homemade German mustard. And she's like, I know how to do that. I was like, shut up, Kathy.
But you know what you
It's
do
so good.
that I'm jealous of
What?
is you make your own miso.
Yeah, I do make
Which-
my own miso.
Did you bring me some?
I totally forgot. Oh my, I'm sorry.
Gonna have
I'm
to
sorry.
fly back.
I'll fly home between now and I'll get back in time for camp. But
Or you can fly and then we clean up my office and you help us set up a plant-based explorers
actually,
studio.
I think it would be cool to come over and like help you build a studio and then record like how to make miso. I can show you. because it's good.
That would be
Yeah.
awesome.
Tell Katie to make Ecan pay for it.
Okay, I'll talk to
Hey,
Katie.
nobody's seen that on this live. Don't snitch.
You need a production assistant.
Yes, we do. You come in too.
So
Caleb will
the
drive.
main thing that I want you guys to pick up on though is it's important. And so you mentioned something about doing the recorded videos is harder because you're getting in perfectionist mode. I just got finished picking on Peanut a little bit ago about the perfection thing. And I want to point something out to you that's super, super important. So I too, recovering perfectionist, and that's Daniel, that's not Rich. I was like, what did Daniel say? Tell Daniel that we're live. Let's see, there you go. So I told myself that I wanted to like recover from this perfectionist problem. And when I lived in Japan, I started studying about, sort of the Japanese style of the way they handle this thought process. So they believe, and you do everything with the intent of reaching perfection, but knowing that you can't get there. In the US, because we're cocky, we think that we can actually reach perfection. So we spend our time beating ourselves up trying to get to something that's unobtainable. Whereas the Japanese people know that it's absolutely unobtainable, but I'm gonna strive for it anyway. And you don't beat yourself up for not getting there, you reward yourself for getting 1% closer. And so the famous 1% better technique that we all know, shut up, Daniel and Jill, that is actually, it's actually from the samurai days, which is the reason why you practice that same swing 1,000 times. When you're doing karate, you practice the kata, which is the form. You don't actually kumite fight until you're at like 4 or 5 years into it. The beginning, you're just practicing your form. And as you know, as a cook, your knife skills day one and your knife skills now ain't the same,
Right.
right? And you didn't go out of your way to practice your knife skills, did you? I did. I'm weird.
I did not, and
But you're good at it though, right?
I do okay.
Yeah, see,
Yeah,
I
do
went out of my
okay.
way to practice my knife skills because I got into knifery when I was in Japan and I saw them doing it. And I'm like, yo, this dude didn't even blink. And he peeled a daikon into a 40-foot straight piece of material. And he's talking to us while he's doing it. You know Iron Chef Sakai? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I produced a demo for him at my college. And he came and he was talking to us. And he pulled out this knife. And he's like, this knife is 300 years old. It's been in my family forever. And he's talking to us about getting into culinary things and, how Japan sees food. And he's just doing this with a daikon. And he ends up with a just gigantic sheet of daikon. And I was like, I was hooked. I was
Right.
absolutely hooked. But it's the reps. And so if you approach it from the standpoint that I know I can't get to perfection, but I'll try anyway, you see everyone as attempt and as not as a failure.
I do agree, and I don't know. I think I practiced Aikido for about
Oh,
8
yes,
years.
yes,
So,
yeah.
but
So
it's been a long time. But it is a different mentality, and everything becomes this very interesting learning journey when you're doing stuff like that.
Paul, I don't have my overlays, so we got to do the song. Boom, da doom, boom, doom, boom, da doom, boom, boom, da doom, boom. Move your body, shake it. Thanks, Dave, for joining the membership. I normally have the sound for you, but it's at home. Sorry,
I
Dave.
think this was better.
That was
Yeah.
better.
I would.
Oh, nah, I'm having a hot flash. I'm having menopause.
I needed. Can you go over to that?
What do you want, Luke?
What do you want?
Oh, not top chat, but all chats, right? Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
I thought there weren't as many people talking.
Sorry.
What's so interesting about the perfection thing, though, is like if it's something I know usually I hate, like I did not want to go live. To begin with, like I had said, I am never going to do video so many times that finally when I went ahead and did it, I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to sell it. I was doing work for Idaho Potato. So I'm like, I'll see if they'll buy some and then I'll have to do it, which is what I usually do. Like if I don't want to do something, Sure, I'll take $2, but now I have to do it. And then they bought 4, and I was like, well, shit, I got to figure this out. And they were bad, and they may be gone off of Facebook now because Facebook's cleaning things up, but I left them up.
Yeah.
And like I'm running around my 3-foot counter and sliding in, you know? And everybody's like, well, you look a little stressed. I'm like, of course I'm stressed. I just ran, you know, from then just doing it and then realizing the connection, how easy it is to make a connection. So I made myself do it every Tuesday for like a year. And it took about a year before I started not hating it and being okay with it. I was still stressing about it. And then now everything's set up in the kitchen. I just flip a few things and go, hey, I'm going to make some soy milk. Do you guys want to hang out with me and make breakfast? And I've done it in my jammies that are not flattering at all. And then other people will say things. Whenever I do something I think they're going to complain about, they're like, oh, I'm in my jammies too. And I'm like, you're just encouraging this.
Yeah. Well, PJ is one of those things that's telling them that you're letting your guard down and you're being real. So believe it or not, I encourage everybody to make a video or short in your PJs, because it really lets them know that you're not putting on a show, you're being real. And people want to see that more. I wanted to ask a question to Dave, who became a member, because I know obviously from the icon, Dave's a musician, and I know Dave's been doing this for a minute. Dave, let us know in the chat, do you still practice scales at all? Or how do you just like practice your basics? Because I think so many of us, Cheryl, you're trying to get your editing thing on. It's real easy to keep trying to edit a complicated video, but there are some certain things that just need to be good at basics. So we're trying to get Kathy to do more shorts, and you're going to learn to edit them quicker because you don't want to spend too much time on shorts. If a short takes you more than 15 minutes to edit, you are effing up. And I know because I've spent an hour and a half editing a 30-second video, which is asinine. And I catch myself now. I'm like, I will put the basic edit up now, and then I'll come back and I'll put up my master edit. You know what happens? I never go back and put up the master edit. So the basic one lives, 2,000 people watch it. I have a video that's almost 56,000 people watched it, and I didn't like the video at all. And I wanted to re-record it. And Caleb said, no, I'm posting it. Right? We were in Cleveland, and all I did was wrap up an XLR cable the way you're supposed to, because I get so mad at my team, because they like to just grab cables and toss them. And I was like, everybody stop. So it's me, Katie, Mike, Meg, Caleb, and I don't know, one of the twins might have been with us. I was like, everybody stop. Nobody wrap the cables, wrap it like this, underhand, this, underhand, this, underhand. And Caleb filmed it and posted it. And I was like, no way, let me do it again. And Caleb's like, no. Because when I threw the cable out to prove that if you wrap them right, you can throw the cable and it's a straight line, that little metal head, it hit the thing and it knotted at the end. But it was otherwise straight. And I was like, no, we got to fix that because you got to see the whole thing. Because pretty much you'll throw 20 of them out, 19 of them will go straight, one of them, the head will hit itself. And so, Dave, here's Dave's comment. I took a while, but thank you. Dave said rudiments. I do practice them, but you know, the ad head, I tend to build them into my creative journey. However, I do practice shouting at people who don't, thank you. All music and AV people know, wrap your cables the right damn way.
It really was.
No, like that was exactly right. See, Dave, and I appreciate that. So in a way, like the same way for us that we don't really practice knife skills at this point, but we cook enough that that's still practice. Mm-hmm. And to Dave's point, take the rudiments and put them into a basic scale that can then be a piece that you can practice. And then same for you, you're gonna get your practice in editing by editing a bunch of shorts. Mm-hmm. You're just gonna crank, and then you're gonna start to discover where the buttons are. And when you know your editing is good, is when you no longer have to look at the menu for stuff. Like you could just use shortcut keys or your Stream Deck or whatever that case is. And it doesn't mean that you're editing like Penny Marshall, but you're editing at a speed that allows you to be productive. So that's where you're getting to.
I think that's really important what you're talking about too, about shortcuts, shortcut keys, and just having it be kind of like this second kind of muscle memory thing.
Yeah. Do you leave your cream cheese out? Well, you don't eat cream cheese.
Well, I make Okara cream cheese.
I knew it. See, I was gonna say, like, would you leave cream cheese out on the table to get soft, or would you put it in the microwave and press the damn softener for like 12 seconds and you got perfectly soft cream cheese? That's a shortcut that every restaurant in the planet uses.
Yeah.
And the other people are like, oh, I left it on the counter for 3 hours and I really want to make this, but it's still hard. No, use a freaking microwave. Like, I don't microwave anything. Like, I don't microwave food. I don't like it. And it's not, I'm weird. It's not that I'm a conspiracy theorist, but I use it to defrost things, amazingly so. And I use it to soften butter, cream cheese, chocolate, you know, the variouses. And sometimes I'll use it to quick boil water that I'm not going to use for coffee or tea, because my coffee or tea are precise measurements because I'm that weird. But like if I need actual boiling water, I don't waste my kettle on that because I have a fancy Stag kettle. I just use the 4-cup Pyrex in the microwave with a wooden spoon in it so it don't explode.
When you're cooking and you need like a spoon or a knife or something like that, do you know what drawer to open up to get that from?
Yes.
You don't have to go
Unless
searching.
Cheryl puts stuff away. Sometimes.
Hey, why are you picking on Peanut? That's my homie.
No, I
It's
love
true.
her.
But that's so
that's
funny,
true.
though.
Sometimes I'm like,
No, there's
where-
sometimes I
But
like
that's like a
think,
shortcut. I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
I'm
you
like
can grab
these
and
things,
go, and
you
you don't
know,
have to
how
like
your
go
mind puts things
digging.
together.
I think-
My mind puts things together differently than her mind puts
Yeah.
things together. So I'm like, oh,
But
well,
these
there's
are-
just a bunch of spatulas over there. So I'm going to put that with the spatulas. But her spatulas
There's
are-
three places
there's
that
three
spatulas
different
go.
spatulas.
There's stove spatulas, there's the little scrapey spatulas, and then there's the cooking spatulas.
So I have
Oh.
to know which is which.
Not
That's-
that I'm a little
No, that's funny though.
little special myself.
That's funny. A little spatula.
Yeah, a little
That's
spatula.
Super funny. But so in the process of creating your new channel, here's the thing that's super dope, and I want you to keep this in the back of your head. And this works for anybody, even if you already have an established channel. Think of it like you're starting today. So what you can do is skip all the mistakes that held back your first channel. And if we know now, which we know, that the biggest thing that holds back your first channel is perfection, we're not going to allow perfection to see the new channel. This new channel is, I'm brand new. I can make mistakes. There's only 20 people watching right now, 30 people watching right now. So now you could do whatever. It's almost like, you know, when you dancing naked in the house, like can't nobody see you. That new channel is pretty much like that. And I'm trying not to imagine anybody in our chat dancing naked in the house. That's disgusting, Luis. But, oh God, Paul just did the Donald dance. Yeah. See ya. You just, if you
gonna
think
throw
about
something.
it as it's fresh, you can make whatever mistakes you want, right?
Yeah.
You're not really there. It's almost like when you first move into a new house, you can readapt the where we put stuff mentality, right? So now you have a brand new channel, you could take swings. And the cool part now is you'll get to see how they actually work because in a way, some of your old habits, your channel's so old at this point that you won't notice the changes in the analytics to the point where you won't really know if it's working or not, right? But on the new channel, you'll absolutely see everything because you basically have a brand new open concept kitchen that you can build it however you want. So go in there and make the shorts where I highly suggest everyone to make shorts that highlight you and not get caught in the perfection game. So I just showed Kathy, and I guess I can show it to you, Cheryl. I was talking about how you can make a short that just sort of explains you. So all I did was I put the pocket on the table and I pointed it down in my hands as I'm writing in my journal. So I'm going to take that, remove the audio, because the audio is you guys talking in the background. I'll put it to like lo-fi music, and I'll just say like, you know, ADHD Creator's Secret Weapon is a journal. This is my Leuchtturm 1917 120 gram paper and my Kaweco pen. That's the short.
Yeah.
Like that's literally the short. And it's like, if you haven't started, grab a blank notebook and go to town and just start writing. And then you can get fancy and buy yourself a cute little journal. But if you do that, you will see I can crank these out all day. And so you're gonna be in your house and you're gonna say, I have these ingredients, I'm about to make X, but I'm missing this. And you have 150 substitutions in your head. Stop yourself. Peanut, come upstairs. Okay, hold the camera right here real quick. Okay, boom. Guys, I was getting ready to make a tofu. I was getting ready to make a tofu stir fry, and I realized that we don't have tamari. So we're gonna fake this using this ingredient, this ingredient, this ingredient to fake the tamari. It won't be brown, but it'll bring the salinity and the umami, which is inside tamari. But you know what that is, right? I don't want my accent to take it away from you.
No, I
Because
can understand
white people
Japanese.
say tamari.
Tamari.
It's tamari, damn it.
I know.
Even I figured that out.
So when she say Peanut come upstairs, don't be like, no, I'm watching TV. Send the dog. You be like, Max, hold the damn camera. Max like, okay. But like, you really like that quick. It's going to be 12, 15 seconds. But like, I was just ready to make this dope tofu stir fry. I realized we're out of tamari. Here, what is the substitution?
Well, I made an umami blend for the new Potions and Powders book.
This woman, let me explain y'all something. My friend, you know that one irritating friend, they got like an answer to every trivia question? Did you know that the ancient Mesopotamians, what's the dude on Conan, the dude Jordan?
Yeah.
She's like Jordan with like recipes. Hey, we have a car show over here.
Woohoo!
Beautiful cars. But right now, some dude is showing us his V8 with his blower. I don't need to hear that shit right now. I'm live, damn it. Anyway, she is like Jordan Schlansky, but with ingredients and recipes. So but that's it. Like every time you have one of those situations, you're about to make something and you don't have it, teach the substitution.
Yeah.
These are real stuff that real people need to know, even if they're not whole food plants based.
Well, like even in my last class that I taught, because I've been doing some classes to get recipes ready for the Potions and Powders book. And so I was like, okay, you guys, a bunch of people have been asking me for Trader Joe's substitutions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 4 or 5 spices I have that are blends I bought, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to make them so that everybody can know what I'm tasting for and that it's okay that it's not perfect,
Yes. Yeah.
right? Maybe I have more orange in my Cuban mojo spice than Trader Joe's does, but it's about the whole cool thing about making spice blends and what you're talking about too, about all this other stuff, is that you can make it fit
Yeah.
to what you want and your
And how
needs.
you got to why it's good is because you definitely made a bunch of changes along the way. You're constantly not revising, revising.
Yeah.
Revising. There was one other word, I was trying to blend those two together, they don't go together, but we'll call it revising. So because you're constantly revising, when you make a revision, that is a short.
Yeah. Yep.
Like requires no editing, it requires no script. I have been making this with these 6 ingredients and I'm going to add a new ingredient to change this up. I have a whole live stream where I've gone through the process. That link is at the bottom of this video.
Right. I think like it's easier to see in recipes for me than the new travel, because travel is a different
Yeah.
way of looking. And so like,
That's why I was gonna say it's hard for me to try to get our personalities across, to try to for people to understand us and what we're about, because we're not doing live all the time.
well, it's pre-recorded video. So a lot of it too, like we have, like she has hundreds of hours of videos.
I do.
We've videoed outside the room while we're going through the fjords. We've done excursions, and what we were talking about is then us sitting down and talking a video, and then her coming in and putting those in. So instead of like doing a voiceover, it's kind of like we're doing it the opposite way.
Yep.
Because I think if we're going to do it together, especially, like it's kind of nice to go, well, what did we really like about the Norwegian fjords? Or
Yeah, because
what
you
was it like about-
did one, it wasn't Reykjavik, but you were somewhere in the North region.
Akurey.
You're in Akurey, that's right. And you guys were like at the end of a dock or a pier or some kind of like mooring situation. There's the water in the background. It was beautiful. You just sit there and talk to each other. We are spies on the wall, okay? Don't feel like you have to talk to us. Now, we're chatting with our people because it's our people, but I saw that Dark Green Hulk, relatively new to the channel, just came in and pop in. I can understand, sir, what happens when the channel is dead. I can help you. If you do have a direct question, ask that question. I'm more than happy to dive in. But the thing that I want to like point out to you, you can allow us to be fly on the wall. And then when you finish that segment, you reach back to the comments and then you say something to them. But because they're building the dynamic and learning who you are, we watch tons of shows where like Oprah is interviewing Mel Robbins, or Hassan Minhaj is interviewing Trevor Noah or someone else, and we just sit there and watch them, right? You can have the conversation with each other, especially because traveling more than anything else allows you to understand your partner than you do at home. Because nobody's on home field territory, and any secrets you thought you had, the leaks, they come out. Like you could be with your partner for 20 years, and then when you travel together somewhere for a long time, you start noticing shit you didn't really notice. Talk about that stuff, because other people are in your same boat. Like they're at home, feeling that. And then so again, super interesting to me would be, cruises are all about food, and people are going to be like, well, considering how important your diet is to you too, how much it means to you and your community, how do you folks deal on a cruise? Right? I told her this, she hard-headed, so I'm gonna tell you. What are 5 things I have to pack as I'm gonna say this right, WHPBNO person?
Whole food, plant-based, no oil.
Gangster. I did it, right? So you're gonna be like, these are like 5 things I have to pack. And if it turns out to be 10, you split that into 2 videos. Or do them 3 at a time, split that into 3 videos, and be like, oh, bonus one, so now you got 4 videos. And they're all shorts, And so for me, when I travel, one thing that I travel with religiously is I'm wearing merino wool pants, I'm wearing merino wool socks, I'm wearing merino wool shirt, and merino wool skivvies. And it's all Unbound Merino. And like, that's a big difference in what I used to pack, because I can fit all of my clothes into 2 small compression things. And at my size, I was always paying over, because if you're big like me and you wear jeans, your suitcase is heavy with 2 pair of jeans.
Yeah, that's why I switched over to the Columbia stuff, because
Columbia
it's all
Patagonia,
lightweight
yep.
and I can roll it up really tight.
Yeah, my whole entire travel wardrobe is Columbia, Patagonia, and like sort of Unbound. And that alone is just a video, right? And it's weird that people don't realize that, but just things that you travel with alone is really good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Something like, so I got the DJI Mic 4, and many people said, Mic 3, but many people said it can run 4 mics. Well, today we're shooting this video using 4 DJI Mic Minis on the DJI Mic 3 receiver, and it's incredible. Well, 2 DJI Mic 3s and 2 more minis.
No, they're all Mic 3.
They're all Mic
All
3s?
Mic
Yeah,
3s.
you can't use the
Paul's bougie. Bitch.
No, you're thinking that because I asked if I could use the minis.
Why
'cause
you
I
throw
was trying to
stuff
be
in my
cheap.
head?
Because I was trying to be cheap.
So-
I already got those. Let's use them.
What do we do then with, because I agree with you, we do need to figure out a way to really show more of our personality. And so while we were traveling, we did do some travel lives on my channel, just because we were gone for so long, we could kind of go, hey, this is what we're doing, and we talk about the boat a little bit. One, I was all dressed up on the Cunard with my spider necklace.
I have t-shirts on.
And we're talking, so that's good. Like part of me, since we were doing it on the boat, which we were able, Cunard's internet is awesome.
It is.
It's
It's
expensive, but it's awesome.
But it's worth every penny if you're a creator and you need to do some stuff while you're out there.
Yeah, but it was kind of cool. So we didn't want to try and do restream or go to multiple channels. Oh wait.
Rich got it. This is dope, Rich. So Rich said in the comments, on a cruise, one of the promotions was, hey, sorry, Dina, on the promotions, hold on, I gotta do it again, Rich, because Dina's comment made me lose it. On a cruise, one of the promotions was weight loss challenge. Weigh in on day 1 and then weigh in on the last day to win a prize. And that's really cool because you guys can kind of like semi-compete That would be really, really cool. Tina said, I always lose weight on cruises. Kathy said she lose weight on cruise and tell them why.
Are you talking about the MSC one with her?
No, when you were there, you were saying because you're not stressing.
Yeah, because I'm not stressing, and so I think my cortisol goes
Cortisol
down.
levels get balanced. You're on the cruise. You're on the cruise. You don't give a damn. So
Well, and we walk 5 or 6 miles a day.
100%.
Like so.
And if we're doing
always-
excursions, that's even can be
sometimes
more.
we can even walk more, and which is really kind of cool.
Baba was getting up in the morning and she was walking the deck of the Disney Princess, and she's like, "Oh, it's like 3 miles long." And I was like, "No way." She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Bob's, your phone must be crazy." And then so she sends me she can't screenshot, but she can hold the phone up. So she's showing me, and I'm like, "Wait, what?" And so I looked it up on the internet. You can legit walk 3 miles on the deck of the Princess, the NCL Princess, the Discovery Princess. I don't know what it's called, but
Okay.
it's Princess Cruise.
That's the line.
Princess Cruise.
Yes,
And then there's a ship.
She had the ship. I think it's a gem,
Jim.
Diamond Princess. I think
it's Diamond.
it's a gem.
Diamond,
Diamond sounds
Yeah,
like Princess.
but anyway, I
Line.
looked it up and like yes, you can actually walk 3 miles on the deck
They
in the
have
morning.
they have these big walking spaces or walking tracks depending on the brand and things like that.
Crazy.
It's the thing is when I was thinking about doing a cruise, I was thinking, oh, I'm going to feel claustrophobic. I'm kind of germophobic. This is going to freak me out. And in all the ones that we like, there's only one line we're not super fond of at this moment. There's Virgin.
The one with the mouse. I'm joking.
No, that was okay.
That
we
one
went
was
on
okay,
one, but
yeah.
it wasn't our favorite.
Yeah.
MSC is the ones we at this point don't like. We haven't gone on the America or Europa, the big ones, but there's no place to get away. There's just no place to get. That's what I don't like because I'm an
What
introvert.
about all of that blue wet stuff? You could just jump in there.
So the one with the mouse, I was saying one of the analogies that I made while we were there was that it's not much different than a Virgin all-adult cruise. It just has a furry happenings cast that gets everybody wound up.
The Happenings cast though does a little more like
Pirate
club
night,
dancing.
Pirate night is Scarlet night. Everybody's in red and black. I mean, it's just
And the adults are meaner on Disney cruise.
they are
They
way
were
meaner.
ruder. The
Look,
kids.
You guys
kids
have
were
kids on your
fine.
cruise?
The Virgin cruises have no kids.
Okay. No
All
kids.
the other
That's
cruises
if I got a
do have-
cruise, I need to do a Virgin cruise.
Well, then just stay a little longer. The end of this.
When I was in my 20s, we did something called Virgin Cruising, but it wasn't a boat.
No. This is a little different, Doc.
Also called the Hostro.
I think Doc should have a cruise line so that the parents could take one boat and then Doc takes all the kids on the ship.
Oh
with
hell
him.
no! Uncle Doug be done drowned some kids. I'll be all up on the internet. They be like, "This man from Hawaii drowned 45 kids."
But honestly, like when we were on the Disney cruise, the kids were much more polite. The kids were very respectful. If they were running around in a hallway and they saw an adult coming, they all just like stopped running and just like,
That's
you know, and they were all really good. Now, the parents,
It's the parents.
parents were a complete pain in, can I say a bad word?
Yeah, this
They
my
were a
show.
complete pain in the ass.
Ass ain't
they
a
would-
bad word, lady.
They would
We
be
don't curse on
they
our
would be in the hallway screaming at their child or screaming at the child way over there in the corner, screaming, "Get over here, stop that," and just like,
See, that's what I do. I'd walk around, I'd knock on everybody's doors. Like, if you have any kids that are acting up, just ring down to room 222, and I'll come up and I'll just scare the shit out of them. All right, kid. So I'll be the famous uncle that scares all the bad kids.
Well, no, we need you to come with us so you can scare the grown-ups.
yeah, the grown-ups are the ones that
Rich
need
said they
scared.
went on Thanksgiving cruise and there was kids everywhere.
Yeah.
So, but Rich had mentioned the thing about the weight loss challenge. I think another thing that would be really cool is like, you can say to Cheryl, what are the things like, so you try to, again, let everybody know who you are, let them relate with your individual personalities. So you can say to her, what are like the 3 things that you enjoy the most about, going on this particular adventure? So she's gonna say her 3 things. And you can say, okay, without getting us in any trouble, what was something that you discovered about me on this, journey? And you might have an answer. And then you're like, well, what is something that you discovered about yourself on this journey? And then you can say, what did you discover about us on this journey? And then you do the exact opposite to her. And you might do that as a live, or you might do it as a together recorded video.
Yeah.
Because today, whether you know it or not, we're going to record one of my I Got Questions, right? And I'm thinking I should do them separate, but we might do it together. But either way, you'll see what it's like to just do a simple little short interview. And it's not, I have one question that's the same. The other questions they come to me as you talk, right?
Okay.
And I think those are fantastic ways to let people in on the dope folks that you are. And, yeah, crazy stuff. So here's no, I'm gonna save it for you gotta watch my video later because I'm gonna post it. I was gonna ask her, but nope, I'm gonna save it for my video. I almost snitched on myself. But yeah, I think you could do things like that, or, Cheryl, what are your top 3 tips for anybody who's, been thinking about going on the cruises and been putting it off? And then you're gonna say so-and-so. You already explained to me like 3 just now. That's a video. Right? Yeah. If you've been afraid of cruising because you're worried about claustrophobic, or you're worried about getting seasick, or you're worried about the germs, here are my 3 things. It doesn't have to be germy. Just understand everybody's nasty, so you handle your own hand washing. And it has a lot more space. You can always go to these open places. The veranda. Talk to Gopher and Captain Steubings and what's her name?
Julie.
Julie, that's her. Talk to Julie. They will tell you the cool stuff to do. And then when you go to destination locations, have a day trip plan. Here to go. So here's some, bam. Now you can even be like, 3 of my favorite cruising destinations. And so you can do, the Arkelis or whatever, or Reykjavik or whatever. And you just make these little listicles. And so I made a video like a week ago, and it was what I called the Ali Abdaal strategy for anybody who is making, sort of educational style content. Is all you need is title, thumbnail, list. That is the whole of both channels for you guys. Title, thumbnail, list.
Oh, no, that's great.
That's your entire strategy until you get your wheels up, right? So even when you're asking her questions to let folks know who you are, it's still title, thumbnail, list, Where they're like foods where it looks safe, but they might be hiding something that's bad for you in there. Not that it's poisonous.
Well, like gelatin.
Gelatin.
Yeah, because gelatin is like one of the most well-hidden things. And some lines count it. For a while, actually Disney properties for a hot minute were not eliminating that out of what they were marking plant-based.
Correct. You have gelatin in the food, and it's made out of pig feet. So
like slaughterhouse leftovers, like that stuff's nasty.
Correct.
I
It
don't
likes-
need
it
y'all
tastes-
to be vegan
it
or
tastes good.
anything.
Just
but
don't eat
I don't know, that one I find a personal affront.
you don't like
They feed
you don't
it
like
to old people and children.
you don't like tomato. What is it? Tomato aspic? Is that the name of
Yeah,
it?
that
Yeah.
is exactly it.
The round joint from Christmas.
Oh. Now, what about the green Jello salads, though?
Oh my God.
My
the green-
grandmother used to make those.
And-
Oh.
Yum
my
yum
God.
salad.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The
that's
ambrosia. Like y'all sound like a bunch of old people now.
We are old.
So outside of figuring out what to do as far as to deliver your personality, what other challenges do you feel that you're having with your new channel, or just content in general?
I think when we first started and I was trying to make content, I was trying to make it too much like everybody else's travel channels. And I kind of got stuck in I have to stay in this format because this is the format that everybody does. But then I quickly realized when we got out of that format was when we were doing food videos. When we would be at a restaurant and we would be just talking about the meal that we were having would get the most hits. And that was just the 2 of us talking, chatting, and talking about what we were eating and showing what we were eating and what we liked and what we didn't like. And other people weren't doing that. They were just kind of showing a quick dish. Oh, I got this on the buffet, or here I got this. And we were actually like diving into these like
Explaining it.
deeper menu kind of things. And I feel like that really got better hits. So now I really want to try to do that with everything. I want to try to do it different than everyone else.
That's smart.
And so that's where I'm kind of struggling though a little bit, because it's like, I want to do that, but how exactly do I do that? And, incorporate all these things like our personalities and good information and things like that.
And wouldn't you say a little bit that has to do with also all the footage, because we have hundreds of hours
of footage,
now.
and that was the thing too. And
It's
I
a
think
little overwhelming.
Yeah.
it's very overwhelming. And so what I've just started doing is, if I'm thinking about part of the trip, and I, like when I did the whale video, I was like thinking about, wow, I really liked when
It's
we
not
went
going to
whale
do what you
watching.
think it's going to do.
And
I'm
so
just
I
curious.
just
Yeah,
pulled
it is,
out
it
that
is.
footage
I'm
and
just
made
curious.
one, you know? So I'm trying to do that now, is just kind of think back on things that I really enjoyed and pull those out. I call them kind of my low-hanging fruit.
Yeah.
Room tours,
And-
you know, just things that I can pull out real quickly and throw something up really
Well,
quickly.
room tours are really, really good anyway. So I think that's something that more people should try.
They're easier, and we got some decent hits for the amount of stuff.
Yeah. But I'm trying to do our room tours just a little bit different than everybody else's room tours too. I'm trying to add a little.
How would you do it differently?
I'm trying to add a little bit of something in the beginning. Like, I'm not just like jumping right into the room tour. I'm giving them a little bit more of, here's kind of some highlights from the ship, and then into the room tour kind of thing.
Nice. I like that.
We have some that we just do the room tour, but I've been trying to mix it up to kind of do. a little
I
bit
think
of-
when I watch my room tours for my Japan hotels, I always get irritated when they don't tell me the quality of the bathroom amenities. And I'll tell you why.
That's good.
Because I'm a professional traveler. So like I try not to carry all these liquids. Now, if you got special skin and you need all of that, I got it. Like I have to carry my shaving cream. I have to carry my beard oil. But other than that, I try to use what's there. Whereas like Karen and Baba, they got their special Korean shampoo and like Japanese other BS. I'm like, but we're going to Japan. So maybe the hotels has Tsubaki shampoo. So don't bring that mess because it's heavy. So I finally got them to the point where they only do carry-on as well, because there's a drugstore every 5 feet. We can go buy your shampoo in country, and whatever you don't use there, we're gonna put it in a box and ship it home. So I try to travel like as light as possible. So like I want them at our hotel right now, the brand that they have smells good, it rinses clean. It's not like, you know, sometimes when you rinse, you feel like your skin is like leather because it's like stuck, because it like pulls all the oils out your body. The one that's at our current hotel is good. Like it doesn't really do that. You feel clean. You don't feel like you have residue. Doesn't make the shower slippery. So if I was making a room tour about our AC hotel, I would say this is the brand if you recognize it. If not, I can tell you it has a light citrus and sage kind of smell, and it rinses off easy. It feels like you're getting clean, and it doesn't like overpowering smell, things like that. But the soap at the counter, it's a little too glistenery. So like it feels like it doesn't come all the way off, right? But I think that's because New Hampshire water is soft.
Yeah,
I was trying to remember which is which. So you might, you know, but just explaining that to somebody, nobody ever does that. Because if I can get away with not carrying shit, I don't want to carry it.
That's a really good idea. Like one of the things too that's like I'm kind of a princess when it comes to hotels. Like it's
You
about
have
the
no idea.
sheets.
So,
It's all about the
Yeah.
sheets. But like so I've been like, we cannot go
Really?
under 3.5 stars.
oh no.
But now we've tried a couple, and I'm like, you know what? This hotel, I can do the sheets in, right?
So you're gonna like this week's
Yeah.
hotel. The sheets are good because I'm the same way. I can't stand it. If the sheets are jacked up, I am irritated.
Well,
am,
and I
like,
feel it
absolutely
all night long.
100%.
I think we have the same kind of neurodiversity, you and I.
Yeah, and that is the thing because and again, I didn't know this before. I just thought I was a bitch about the sheets. But for neurodivergent people, we're hypersensitive, and I feel like when the sheets are like messing with me, I like, oh my god, it's overstimulating every single part of my body, including shit I don't want stimulated. They ain't pay me enough. And I'm like, no, same thing. I don't like
Miss
crispy
Kathy.
towels.
So
I have learned.
Crispy,
I have-
non-absorbent towels?
Yeah.
Hell no.
That's
I
the
have
one thing I'm
learned over
selfish
the
about.
years. I have learned over the years that if I am the first one into that bathroom to take a shower, I have to feel all the towels and leave her the softest one, and then I take
Gangsta.
whatever the next softest one.
If
Yo.
you, I'm super If you and I are in there too, I will
Listen.
get that softest towel.
I have called Rosalina at the front desk, and I'm like, excuse me, yes. Can you bring housekeeping up here and tell her to bring like 6 towels? She's like, what? I'm like, yeah. She comes up, 6 towels. She goes, oh, here's your towels. I go, hold on. I just need these 2. And then she's like, wait, why? I was like, I'm weird, man. I'm sorry. And here's $5. Beat it. Like, I do that. I will switch the damn towels in my room. Crispy towels, not happening. We're gonna see how good these do against Katie's arch nemesis, the Amesbury Fire Department. Yeah. So again, these are cool things though. Like you can bring up, you can talk about it. Also, Matador makes a really dope packable towel that you take with you, because if you get to a hotel that just got shitty towels, you just use the crispy one and wrap it around your waist. You use the Matador to dry off, and it dries itself, in no time.
We got two like not beach towel size.
No, they're
in
the large towel size. We probably should have got the beach towel size.
Yes. Oh my God, Rich, you and I are in the same boat. I personally hate Airbnbs. The last time I stayed in one, I had to stay in with Luis, and I hated every second of it because Luis is an asshole. But no.
That's what I was gonna say. Was it the Airbnb?
No, they had like sketchy amenities. So Luis and I had to go to Target to get our own shit because I didn't trust what they had. I was like, nah, fam. And the kitchen, bro, they didn't even have a good knife. But 2 Puerto Ricans, we got knives. But it was trash. Like the frying pan was trash. The house was nice and it was on the beach. It was a beautiful house. But like the bed was kind of hard because a lot of those guys will go and get not even IKEA. They'll get whatever bootleg IKEA furniture is, like Walmart furniture or Wayfair, and try to make it look cute. And it's a farce. It's like, when people look cute and then you get to find they're soulless.
We had actually our first really bad Airbnb experience on this last trip.
Really?
I had booked it months and months in advance. And you know how usually when you book it, then you get a little message back and they're like, oh, thanks for booking with me. Didn't get an automated message or anything.
Oh, that's
and I
the
thought,
first mistake.
I didn't think anything about it because it was way out.
It was early.
So then we get to be about a week out. We're on the ship. And I thought, let me try to see if I can
And this is
ask
for
if we
Iceland.
can. Let me see if I can see if we can check in early. So I sent a little note and said, hey, we're coming in on a ship. Be nice because they're going to throw us off early. Can we maybe bring our stuff and put it there so we can go sightseeing or whatever. And I waited, and the thing said usually responds in 4 hours. So I waited, and then 3 days later, I still hadn't heard anything. And then we were getting closer to, when we were going to be there, and we were going to be there during Pride in Reykjavik, which is this big, huge thing there. There's 400,000 people in that country, and 300,000 of them show up in Reykjavik for Pride. And so it's like, we got to have some place to stay. We can't just get off and then go, oh, well, we're messed up. So I started looking back at the reviews and stuff, and all of a sudden, all the glowing reviews they had were totally different. People were talking about the whole time we were there, we didn't have a shower and all this other, and they were talking about it looked like somebody was living there and they just ran out in a hurry. And then I started worrying about cleanliness factor, because with her being a germaphobe, the last thing I wanted to do was have her walk in with somebody's dirty boots at the door, because she's going to be like, oh, hell no.
I'm going to be like, who slept in those sheets?
Right? She's going to be like, they didn't change those sheets. I'm not, there's a wrinkle right there. I'm not staying in it. So I started panicking, and I didn't want to say anything to her, but I finally came down at breakfast and I was like, I'm starting to have concerns about if we have a place to stay or not. And today is the last day that we can cancel and get our money back. She didn't say a word. She just looked at me, and it was like this understood thing, and she opened up her computer and went, blah, 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 blah. And 15 minutes later, she said, I got us a room.
Yeah.
At a hotel.
It was
It's
the
a little
last
bit more.
one.
It's a little bit more, but it's the last one, and we got it.
And it's right in the middle of downtown. We get it.
Okay, so this is perfect. I need to see this story as a video on the channel. You don't have to call out the exact room, but trust me on this. The title, Our Airbnb Nightmare. That's it. Simple as pie. And then you go and you tell your story. And you can use B-roll from Reykjavik. You can use B-roll from the Pride situation. And you literally just, you two talking and, bantering about, just like we just did. You banter back and forth and how you made a last decision. And then you could even, at the end, talk about how to find a hotel in a pinch. This is my tricks that I use to get this hotel. And then you can say, look, I don't want to say all Airbnbs are bad, but this will make us think twice. Because the current climate right now is there are these conglomerates, and a lot of them are run by, let's just say, less than normal businesses. And they basically buy up a bunch of houses and they make really shoddy Airbnbs and they make a grip. And a lot of that is being offshore to some place that we wouldn't necessarily support, but they got a lot of money.
Yep.
So in Vegas, I can tell you right now, in Vegas, there are a lot of really plush, nice looking Airbnbs that are Qatari or Emirati. And the people that run them aren't even here. So they hire one person to manage like 35 Airbnbs. And I noticed it because all the pictures, when I was looking for NAB, all the pictures had the exact same filter. And they're all different properties, but I know enough about Lightroom to know that they're using a HDR filter.
Oh, funny.
And I'm like, I also know enough about photography that the light in Vegas don't look like that because the sun don't go there.
Yeah.
And that's how I know. Like the whole thing was basically offshored.
In Florida,
don't
sometimes they'll all have the same like Walmart furniture. So
Yes.
like you'll look at 7 of them, they all have the same
Because they use
furniture.
they use one U-Haul truck or somebody's personal truck to take all the furniture to the different places and beautify it. And they have like a little warehouse of like staging furniture. And then when somebody books it, they'll fill it in. The funny thing is, the last one that we stayed in when I knew it was over for me, the bed was not the bed that was in the pictures.
Yeah.
They had a Wayfair bed. And every time I turned over, I was like, Kat and Mary Lou are gonna think I'm up to some freaky deaky shit in here because it made the most noise possible. And like they were upstairs and I was downstairs and the shit was loud. And I was like, yo, Kat and Mary Lou gonna be like, yo, Doc is a weird mofo, bro. And the other thing that was crazy was we all had our own bathrooms and whatnot. Cause like Mary Lou and his sister, they had a bathroom in their room in the ensuite. And then there was one upstairs and I had one downstairs. And Kat's partner and I were like, I was like, yo, dude, these towels, they feel like rugs. He just laughed. He just laughed. I was like, he's like, I wasn't gonna say nothing. I was like, no, man. Like I play sports, and the towels from the nerds in the the wash pool was softer than these joints. These joints was not cool. I went to Target. I brought my own blanket and my own towel.
I can totally see that.
Super funny. I got to the airport and they're like, okay, you're overstuffed. And I was like, cool, anybody need a nice soft Target blanket? You can have it. And so I gave it to the lady at the freaking Delta counter. And she was like, thanks. I was like, yeah, you can give it to your dogs or your kids because I'm not packing this thing. But yeah, so those are the type of content that you can absolutely make and you share that, from a Nightmare perspective. And I think you'll even be able to pull decent shorts out of that you can share. And like, here's some red flags to look for, right? Okay, so let's see what Bulls Promo TV said. I have to put on the spectaculars. 1 second. What is YouTube trying to achieve with community and what's its future? Well, I can tell you what YouTube is always trying to achieve. Their number one goals is butt on the platform. So if they can get you to watch more videos, Notre Dame 56-13, Squirrel, sorry. I'm sorry, Notre Dame fan. If they can get you to watch more videos, they're winning because they make their money selling advertisement that they can get more money for if more people are there to watch. So all the little wild comments about YouTube is squashing my views, or I've been shadow banned, or I've been this, or I've been that, this absolute malarkey, to quote a great man, because why would you damage your own business? It would be like McDonald's shrinking the burger to like a quarter size. Like a quarter pounder was literally the shape of a quarter. Like that would be really stupid. So many people assume that they're just being victim minded. So what they're trying to do with the community feature is, with the conversations from people like me and others who are talking about, you don't want to build an audience, you want to build a community. And there's so many people building communities offline, and the creator space offline communities have grown. Kathy has an amazing large community. I have a pretty decent sized community. The company we work for, Ecamm, has an amazing community. They're like, if people leave the platform to go become a member of a different community, then I am taking them out of the ability to watch more videos. So if I can create features that allow people to get that same level of togetherness, and if you ask any of us people who teach people how to make videos, we tell you your job is to make people feel seen and to make people feel like they're a part of something, then they'll grow. That's how you grow your channel. A lot of people are growing their channel based on, I want more views, I want more subscribers. If your sentence starts with, I want more views, I want subscribers, I want to make money, to put it bluntly as possible, you fucked up.
Yeah, it's about bringing them value or you're
Yes.
not worth it.
100%. You want to be like, I want to help as many people do X. I am a classical ballet instructor trying to teach men over 50 how to get into ballet so they can lose weight. That's a channel promise. I need to see that channel. That'd be pretty funny. But that's a channel promise, right? My channel promise or my mission is I help Gen X people become creators, right? You can make it bigger, longer, put their fears away, blah, 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 but I don't even really need all of that. And you want, I help, and then there's a verb, and it's a power verb. Achieve, become, overcome, make, succeed, those kind of words, and then X. That's it. That's your brand promise. If you can put that in, then you're gonna go. So what YouTube's goal is try to grow this community thing, is just to basically keep butts on the platform, and the more people that you can keep on the platform, you're good. And I hear so many people talking about their channels from a selfish perspective, wondering why their channels can't grow. Like, especially when you go to the kids, right? The kids all want to play video games. Cool. Why do you want to play video games? Well, because it's really popular right now. All right, what value do you give to the viewers? Well, they get to watch me play. I'm like, you might as well close the laptop, dog. You might as well close the laptop right now. That's not it. Now, if you're like, I'm going to show them how to do these shortcuts so they never have to spend a dime on whatever the crack store that gets all the little kids addicted. I'm going to show them how to play the game and be successful and never spend 20 cents. That's a channel worth watching, right? But if you're just, I just want people to watch me play, why don't you go play in the street?
Well, and also, isn't it like with video games, there's also a large community around that,
Oh,
too.
100%.
Like, they play with other people from other places. So if you're just like, I just want to have people watch me play, you're missing that whole...
You're missing that whole thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really important that you have the opportunity to, you don't have to educate. You could just be entertaining. I shouldn't say just, let me fix that. You could be an entertainer and you're adding value because the value is you're getting me an escape, right? So if I went to go see Valerie perform, which I get to see tomorrow because she just performs 24/7, but if I went to go see Valerie perform, yeah, she's come tonight, right?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Okay, well, we got to talk about that.
Yeah. So if I get to see Valerie perform, for me, the value is the value. That's funny what I just did there. Write that shit down, Val. Is I grew up where my mom, going through her divorce or whatever, she resonated with Diana Ross. Valerie sings with Diana Ross. So even though she could sing a Rihanna song, for me, I'm connecting with my mom when Val sings. Mm-hmm. That's the only value I need. Other than the fact that she's a pain in my ass and she's my friend, but that value alone is she gives me a personal, like, warm connection with my mother, who's no longer with us.
Well, you know what? I can send her over instead of having her share the room with me. I can have her share the
Oh,
room.
hell no. Hell no. I do not share rooms with
Then
people when I
you can
travel.
have your
Listen.
your
That ship
Fulfill.
sailed, hadn't
Here-
it?
no, listen. The one thing I said, as soon as I started making more than like 50 grand a year, I told myself I would never share a room with another human being that is not my family. I just don't like it because I want to fart. I want to scratch my ass. I want to if I'm sitting there watching TV, I just want to give it a little lean and be like, I ain't got time to get up and walk around and think about it.
I will confess,
Yo.
I stared at a Amazon webpage for fart spray for quite a while, and I thought I was like going to quietly spray it in the car. I thought about doing it here, but then I
Yo.
thought I'd get in trouble because it probably would linger.
Hey, the best part about I had to share the Airbnb with Louise, and it was a big ass house, right? The first time I was like, oh, I gotta crack one. I just go by Aiden, and I was like, brah. I was like, Louise, Aiden needs to change his diaper. And then the second time, Louise was like, I changed his diaper. I was like, oops. And he was like, oh, it's okay, dude. I got one too. Brah. I was like, okay. Then I was like, okay, we're brothers, The minute you can share a fart with one of your homies is good, But
Poor Aiden sitting there going, y'all.
yo, no, listen,
Does
Aiden
not
hold
mean-
his own. Aiden can hold his own. Aiden can stand toe to toe with any grown ass man. That little boy stinks. He's terrible.
So back to the community tab, because I use it for a few things. What do you use it for?
So I'm in the process right now. I really wanted to move my community because Yolanda, ETAL. I would have to put the ETAL because she's the attorney. But a lot of people just can't wrap their head around a Discord thing. I tried really hard. Yo, so I'm like, I feel that we as a collective have so much more value to give when we work and talk together. So I want to move the community in a place where it has more of an opportunity to shine because we as a bunch of creators are pretty powerful, like Voltron. Individualistically, we're going to suffer. But we're very much like, I just said Voltron to an old country lady. You know what Voltron is?
Not really. But
Okay,
I made
I had to
an
fix it.
educated guess.
It was this robot that was made up of 5 different other robots.
Is that like a transformer?
Yeah,
Then
it's
I was right.
it's
I
of the
guessed
same
right.
it's of the same ilk.
That's what I thought.
But they come together to make one giant one instead of like individual pieces. So I think if we're sharing and talking and conversing and going through our struggles together, I'm going through my menopause situation. Like Dave, another ADHD creator, so we can bond over that. In a way, this means that even just connecting with now the people that I know that are spectrum oriented, we can have tighter conversations.
Yeah.
And now I know that even some of my judgmentalness was part of my ADHD. It's just I'm just trying to solve problems and I need to get there quickly. You know what I mean? So yeah, I really feel like that's the case. So the community, I'm waiting for YouTube to add some more features, and my buddy R2 was going to be here, but because of some of the stuff that's happening at YouTube, he had to change his mind, so he couldn't be here because my whole thing to talk to him about this time was what's next up for the community tab. But to Bulls, here's one that's coming real soon. It should be in the next week or two. You're going to have a collaboration tab, okay? So I put out a call to action on the channel about people who want to do collab videos, and I got 8 or 9 people that, we got collabs. As soon as we get back from camp, we can start working on these collab videos. And so, I can show you, for instance, I can be like, hey, I'm gonna make this video about a healthy recipe that I just learned. It just so happens to be vegan, and I don't know enough about Whole Foods, if it's Whole Foods or not, but I'm gonna teach this recipe and hope that my friend Kat follows up with another recipe, and we're gonna make this chain, accidental, good tasting vegan shit. You know, and then she's gonna be like, first of all, asshole, it's not shit, it's what I eat. And second of all, lots of vegan foods are good. That could be like your video, right? So mine is gonna be like, I discovered if you take a block of tofu and you press it to squeeze, I have a tofu press because I'm bougie, but you can really use plates and you let it press overnight so all the water comes out. And then you take, say Rich got the bomb ass Texas rub, you know, from somebody in his neighborhood. Maybe Rich got some Terry Blacks for Christmas. You take that rub and you basically put the rub on, right? Because you're no oil, you can just like dip it in soy milk real quick to get it to stick. Me, I'm gonna hit it with a little EVOO, but you're gonna just basically pack the rub on the same way that you would do a steak, and you put it in the air fryer for 45 minutes, and you can just slice it and throw it in your salad, and it's good. I'm like, dog, this is off the chain. Like, it's super, super
Have
good.
you frozen your tofu blocks?
Hell no.
Oh, okay. So this is old school. This is so you literally, the ones that are just like with the water that you usually get. So
Yeah,
a
so
lot of
like-
times at Trader Joe's, I'll get it says extra firm high protein. It's just because it's already pressed. So if you
Yeah.
don't want to waste your time, grab one of them.
We don't have Trader Joe's in Hawaii.
Okay. They'll have it at health food stores. It just won't be as cheap. But if you get one that has the water in there, you just throw it in just like it is. It's going to take about 24 hours to defrost. But so like grab a couple now, then a month from now you pull it out, and maybe you're going to make some shepherd's pie. That's one. So then when you squeeze the water out, because the water freezes in there and makes a texture, and you squeeze it out like a sponge and you crumble it up. Or if you cut it into that, it'd have more of an interesting texture and mouthfeel.
Because when I
That'd
press
work
it out, I
too.
press it out because I crumble it into the scrambled eggs to add more protein to the scrambled eggs. That's
Yeah.
probably what I do for. Or I'll mix it into a smoothie to add protein to a smoothie where I didn't want to use protein powder because protein powder can taste nasty.
Yeah.
Right? So sometimes I just use crumbled up tofu. But that, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like I can make a video where I'm talking about like, you know, now that I'm doing this, sort of healthy thing, here's some of the changes that I made. But then I'm gonna say in the video, I'm gonna do the collab button, and then I'm gonna tag Kathy Hester
Vegan recipes.
vegan recipes. That's the word I was trying to say.
think.
And then you will get that notification.
Yeah.
And then the video will show up on your channel and my channel, but then you could also make another video that goes with it. Or we can meet in the middle. And I'm like, I'm gonna send over my part, I'll send it to Cheryl, and you add your part and put it on the end of the chain. And then we'll be like, oh, this was pretty good, but say we're only like 6 minutes deep. You're like, let's go send it to one more person. So you pick somebody from your community who has a channel, and then be like, okay, add one more to the video, and then when you're done, drop it in this Dropbox, and then we'll post them with the different @ marks, so it reaches all of our communities at the same time.
Oh, love that.
And then, so YouTube just released the feature. It's slowly starting to roll out to sort of people like that, and that's going to be a really cool way. And
yeah,
tofu
that's
French
good.
fries.
Use
That's
a
good.
French fry seasoning. I just got this Spice Walla one that I just copycatted. It's got like citrus and Aleppo pepper. You would love
I
it.
like
I
Aleppo.
thought about you.
Yeah.
Does that say a lot? I ate the spice blend and I thought about Doc.
Yeah, well, just like I left the damn miso in the fridge. So take that. Carolyn said, my community tab has been a great place for my community to share their own crafts and tips. Exactly. So definitely you want to dive into the community tab more. YouTube is adding some more features. They should all start to arrive as we get closer to the end of the year. You are going to be able to do collaborative videos with people. And don't forget, you can just do a tag chain, right? So I'm going to make a video and, okay, I'm going to make a raw dog short. Means no script, no planning, no whatever. At the end, I might snatch a picture of Cheryl from camp. And then at the very last, like 10 frames, I'll be like, tag Cheryl, you're it. And realize if you get tagged for me in one of my shorts, you have to make a short. And you have to be like, okay, Doc, and you can take like any small portion of my video. It doesn't have to be part of what you're saying. And you're gonna use like 2 or 3 seconds of that and say, okay, Doc, here's my thing. And you're gonna spit your joint out, and then you're gonna, okay, tag Paul. You're gonna send it to Paul. Now Paul has to carry it on. So we can just create a tag chain to get each other into the habit of doing shorts. I do that to Mary Lou all the time.
We need to be doing that in the group.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I do that all the time to Mary Lou. I make a video, I was like, Mary Lou,
Yeah.
listen, here's blah, 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 blah. And she was like, okay, well, Doc just said, and then she makes another video. So that's how we trade shorts back and forth, and that's just
love
just
that.
tag somebody and put them on blast. Like, all right, I'm looking for all of the spice eaters. Here's my spice eater recipe, and then you can go from there. Or, who is like, all right, here's a crazy question to the people in the chat. How many people in the chat listening right now like enjoy Halloween? And Halloween or Christmas, which is first? For me, it's Halloween.
Halloween.
For me, it's Halloween.
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 Halloween. probably.
See, we got.
I love seeing
it's
some
four.
Christmas
I
lights.
like Christmas stuff. I
Christmas
love
lights,
Christmas lights.
But Halloween's
but
got the vibe.
I have a secret thing. The reason why I like Halloween so much is it's the one holiday where weird people don't get judged.
Ah, that's a really good
And
point.
I was always a weird person. So, like, imagine showing up in a predominantly black neighborhood in the Star Trek outfit with the pips, and then nobody say shit. They're like, oh, dude, that's cool. Where'd you get that? You know what I mean? But, like, I wasn't supposed to show my blurred capabilities as a kid. But I watched Star Trek on repeat.
Yeah.
And the first time I found out you could buy the actual yellow shirt with the pip, like, I love Christmas, but weirdos is our day to shine. And I am a card-carrying fucking weirdo. So,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
It lets you be a
She
kid.
said was? Which mean was? Oh, I see. Alicia, damn it. She creeping in the comments and be like, was. No, I'm not I was a weirdo. I am a weirdo. But I think that that's the one holiday that allows people to just shine in their craziest weirdness. And one thing I found out later as I got older and realized what's going on, my friends who were closeted or whatever could do their drag on Halloween, no questions.
Yep.
Then I got older, I realized what was going on, and I was like, oh. So they're like, hey, we're gonna wear our mom's nightgowns and curlers and all of that shit to school. I'm like, really? I'm still me, I'm whatever. Like, and so I had the freaking everything. From the like Dayglow green nightgown with the thing, the fuzzy slippers. I had the curlers in, and then the shower cap with two curlers hanging out the front. Like I did the whole shit, and I put the what was it called, Noxzema? I had the Noxzema on, and I had like two cucumbers on the stretch that I can pull up. So like we was doing the whole thing, and I realized later that my friend, when it came out, he suckered all of us into doing that
So he'd feel comfortable.
so he feel comfortable
Yeah.
because we all played ball. And it was funny to see the defensive ends all come dressed up like their moms for Halloween.
Yeah.
And even when I asked my moms and sisters, like, yo, I'm gonna roll this out. Yo, they were like, bet, let's go. So they got out the freaking curlers and they set me up. And we had the ones where it's like plastic and it looks,
pink ones
it
that
goes
go
like
inside?
this. And you gotta pull the rubber band around and loop
Oh,
it.
yeah. I
So we
remember
had those,
those.
I had the whole joint.
Did you glue them on?
No, I had hair then. I had long hair
Really?
long hair until Pittsburgh, Dallas Super Bowl, and one of the Super Bowls Dallas won, and I had put my money on Pittsburgh, and I had bet I'll cut off my hair. And at that time, my hair was at my ass crack.
Really?
And from that moment on, I've been bald. So I want to call that. Rich would know better because Rich is a Cowboys fan. I want to say that was like 97, 98 Super Bowl, whichever one's Pittsburgh and Dallas won. And from that moment on, I shaved my head. I never grew it back.
Oh.
There you go.
Interesting.
We'll see you soon. Can't wait. Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of funny, but it's something about Halloween that just allows you to let your free flag fly and just do whatever you want. I did one recently. I went dressed as Lafayette during the True Blood era.
Oh,
Oh, bro, it was
nice.
super funny.
I want
It
a
was
picture.
super funny. Somewhere on the internet, there's a picture of me dressed as Lafayette for Halloween.
He was my
What was the
favorite.
second question? Let me go look. Paul is the moderator over here, and the only reason why I missed it is, you know what? He's so dumb.
Because
Here you
he's
go.
being respectful.
Okay.
Ah, the poll.
I noticed that you have a poll function in there. I wonder how someone's meant to find it. I have no idea. I didn't. I tried something. I didn't know how to do it, but Paul said, so let's see. I ain't afraid to try.
So there's two
It's in
things.
the-
There's a poll and there's also your Q&A.
I haven't done
There you
a
go. So it was
Q&A
96.
before.
Okay, Rich got it right. I was close, dude. I was super close. That was the minute that I cut my hair. Okay, so let me 86 this, and then I'll do a poll.
There is a poll running.
Oh, Paul made the poll. That's how.
And isn't it just in the chat at the top? So that
Yeah.
because I've done that before.
Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah, both the Q&A and the poll, once you create the poll, it pops up on the screen, but then it gets pinned up to the top.
Rich closed it. Sorry, Rich. Let me show you how this is done real quick.
But
So let me go over
the
here.
poll is still open.
Okay, let me go over here and say allow. So all you do, Bose, is in the bottom corner down here. Let me see if I can embiggen this. See where this little plus sign is? You're going to press that. So you're going to say boo shalaka. And then you're going to say start a poll. Not the dancing kind. Go. Maybe it won't let me start one because there's one open. but-
I wiped it out.
Okay, so basically you click that, and then that's how you set your poll up, and then you're good to go. I believe they do work really good. Rich and Paul are having battling moderators over here. Super funny, but yeah, that's how you do a poll. And whoa, that's a nice sounding engine. Holy, that one sounds delicious. Sorry, but yeah, just think about that. And keep grinding, keep working on your thing. Let me go to my channel real quick.
And actually, on the whole poll concept, only the owner or an admin can create a poll on a channel, and only the owner or the admin can close it. As a viewer, you can basically, there's a button, and I can't remember the exact name of it, that will shut the poll. It will get rid of the poll for you, so you don't see it on your screen anymore. But it doesn't actually close the tab, because like right now the poll is still open. If I hit the end poll button,
Your Google.
it will
You know
close
what
the poll, and you'll now see the results on the screen.
Do you know if they see the results if they close? They don't. Like if I had it open and I dismissed the poll, I won't
If
then
you
see
if you
it
dismiss it, you're only dismissing it for you, and you don't see any of the number.
coming back.
You won't see the numbers until I actually close the poll. You'll see
Okay.
the bars move, but you don't see the actual percentages.
It's
Okay.
because I'm in a different location. So basically, you
You're trying
go
to get
to. No, I got it. I'm gonna do.
You
this.
want a poll?
No, I'm just showing. You're talking about the community side.
Oh.
So you go
Create a
here,
post.
and you say create a post, bingo, and you're gonna get. Yeah, there was a row of old Corvettes, Rich. I'll send you some pictures I took with my Leica. So you just come down here and you can go and create a post, and of course you can do a poll, you can do an image poll, you can do a regular image, text poll, quiz, or add a video. And if you do like image poll, you can just add 2 images. You want this one or this one, and then people can vote on it. You can add another third option if you wish. So yeah, the last one that I posted was this, and it was
1914?
what does that say? Oh, Nano Banana. I was showing off the post that I made in Nano Banana. But yeah, just go in there and throw some stuff up there and see what sticks. Like legit, that's basically all you need to do.
Well, one thing I've done before too is like put up, would you rather see this recipe or this recipe?
Yeah.
Or even like, what appliances do you guys have? So then I have some stuff to quote. When
Oh
I'm
man, you
doing
talk about the list joints. You got the holidays running. You as soon as they put the brooms back in the broom closet, you go straight to, 3 gifts at this amount.
Yeah.
If I'm spoiling myself, yeah, that's a good question. If you're spoiling yourself, what are you buying? No, it's a damn question, lady. Answer.
I thought, no. No, I'm like,
We'll
that'd
see
be
what
great.
she
I would
says.
love to put that in my
I know what you're
poll
gonna say.
because
Something
then
to do with gear, right?
then I would go ahead and like get their answers, and then I could do videos about all.
100%.
But
and
what-
add affiliate links to them.
You know what I buy if I'm spoiling myself? Either something witchy, could be body care, could be the little dragon I got, or a wand, or I don't know, a nice drink, a nice cocktail.
If I'm spoiling myself, you know what I'm gonna buy? A ticket to Ireland, because just outside of Dublin is the Game of Thrones shooting area, and they have a whole museum, and it's a full ass experience. And Marshawn Lynch just went, and he's such a dork. Watching him do it, I was like, Karen, we gotta go. And she's like, really? I'm like, yeah. I was like, I'm gonna start selling drugs or something, but we're going to that. I want to go to the Game of Thrones like experience, and it's just outside of Dublin.
Then you need to go to the Iceland one because we saw.
Remind me to show you that picture. We got the White Walker Mountain where they make the White Walkers.
We were
in
there.
The distance.
It was
It just didn't have the
awesome.
snow on it because it wasn't snowing yet.
Oh, that's
You,
cool.
yeah,
With
we
the waterfalls on the side and the mountain.
It was amazing.
See, I gotta see that. Okay, so if you're spoiling yourself, what are you gonna buy?
Probably some new piece of equipment like microphone, like those microphones, or a new GoPro, or
Up until
something like that.
I saw the Marshawn Lynch video, my answer was I was gonna buy myself a Leica. But I got a baby Leica over there, but I still want my real Leica, but I really want to go see that Game of Thrones thing. So I would do that before I buy the Leica. Yeah.
I don't know. I've been doing fun stuff.
He's old.
I'm
so.
old.
But that counts. Like I wasn't even thinking about trips and stuff because
He
like
gonna buy himself
If it-
some
where
pain
she-
cream for the knees.
no, he's
Yeah,
not.
what Kathy really will go buy is herself a whole week pass to a spa in a heartbeat.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, the spa. Oh,
Have you
God.
been to Onsen yet?
No.
Oh my
I know.
God. But in
I wanna go-
Iceland, they have, right? You went? Did
Yeah,
you go to those?
we went to one in a hotel. It's a long story, but we still had the mineral water. But no, that's one of my bucket lists for
Man,
Japan.
listen.
That's one of the reasons I want to travel. was to
Onsen
go-
with snow on the ground. Fam, you come out that joint and it's like you step into the snow and the steam is like everywhere. And then you feel that first cold breeze hit the tallywhacks and then you haul ass back into the building. And then, you get something to drink or whatever and you kind of cool down. And after you get your body cool, you're like, wait, I'm gonna go back again. So you run back through the snow and you dive in. And in Japanese onsen, you gotta be butt naked. Like you're not allowed to bring clothing because you're gonna contaminate the water. But it is the most incredible feeling, and like all your pains go away, your inflammation just jumps out your body.
Yeah.
And oh my God, yeah, onsen is life. And when I go to Japan, every time I do onsen, if we're there for 14 days, I'll do onsen like 12 days.
Wow.
Oh, I'm with you. See, this
Always.
is why you need to go on a cruise with us, though.
Yeah.
Like when we went on the Aqua Norwegian, there was a whole new spa, and there was like a snow room. There were 3 saunas. There was a charcoal, a regular. There's a salt room, a steam room, a Turkish steam room, different, and then you would like this one pool. We'll have to show you. It's
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
it's on the Plant-Based Explorers. Should you guys want to go
long
see
as
it?
there's, long as there's, I'm gonna see who all the bad people are in the chat. Long as there's no Cuban steamers.
What were you gonna say, Paul?
No, I was just going to say, I decided I'm going to talk to Karen and make arrangements for me to come over to Hawaii and stay at the apartment with you for a week.
Why would you do that? I live on the 16th floor, and they be like, he just threw this dude out the window. Defenestrate. That's a new
I was
word
gonna
for your
say,
vocabulary.
On the cruise, can we discuss options for when somebody's looking off the,
Off
side of
the edge.
balcony? Kind of like, whoops.
Like,
Oh, my
was
foot
like-
slipped.
Yeah, I think we need a little doc creator.
hey, Leo did a cruise. He
My
did a
travel
nerd
agent's
cruise.
trying to get me to do a group cruise. Let's do a group
Oh.
cruise.
That'd be fun.
And I tell you what, if we're on Virgin, you will be happy about the food. It's
Yeah.
so
I know the
good.
food is good.
It's good.
I just worried about. No, I had neurovirus once. I never want to get it again.
I will.
That was
wash
the
your hands.
worst thing.
I will micromanage the hand washing. I will remind everyone that's my job whenever I'm
Hey,
anywhere.
what was that joint? What was that joint? Where everybody on the cruise, no electricity. That was recently. The cruise had no electricity
Yeah.
in the middle of the water. And that was like a nightmare.
Well, there was the other one too with the whole sewer issue.
The
on-
poop
the
cruise?
poop
That was a
cruise.
long
Cruise,
time
yeah, I
ago.
think that might have been the same one.
Well,
okay,
we've done a whole bunch and we haven't had any.
We haven't had a poop cruise yet.
knock
Yeah.
on wood. So Bo said, if you got 20,000 followers and you put something in the community tab, do all 20,000 get notifications? No. And if you had 1 million followers and you put out a video, you're lucky if 2,000 people see the notification. It doesn't matter whether they send a notification or not. I have notifications on my phone. as you can see, right there. Wrong camera. That camera's way the hell over there. You so
can
stupid.
see it. I can see
You're
it,
so
though.
stupid. But yeah, but most people turn that shit off because if you are a YouTube person and you get a bunch of notifications, you turn them off. So let me make this as clear as possible. If you rely on notifications to get people to see your content, you fucked up. No, my favorite Japanese restaurant do not have to tell me that they have anything on sale. I'm going once a week regardless. Right? Home Depot and Best Buy never have to market to me ever. I'm going to Home Depot or Best Buy once a week, no matter what. Whole Foods, same thing. BMW don't need to send me emails to let me know when the car comes out. When my 3 years is up, there's gonna be a new one. The one I got right now, I'll hear me talk about it for the next 3 years. And when those 3 years is up, I just switch it to the next model. So I'm due in 2027 for a new Beamer. Like the stuff that you love because it provides value to your life, no one ever has to tell you about it. That's your goal as a content creator. Like, I wasn't here because I'm trying to get these old people mic'd up. And Paul and Kathy kept talking spicy when I'm trying to set up the camera. And I got a message from Rich that's like, hey, dog, you going live or you bullshitting? Because Rich knows it's Saturday, we going live. So Rich texts me at 2:06 because I'm 6 minutes late fucking around with these old people. And he's like, you clowning or you coming? We coming, right? So I have been in this exact time slot for 5 years and 2 months. Pretty much without fail, unless I'm in the air. And if I can't come, I'm gonna let everybody know. So I must say, and so many people ask the question, so you're not wrong in that question. So many people ask the question because they're depending on the platform to bring the milkshake to the yard. And if you're in that position, you fail. You gotta bring your own milkshake to the yard. And maybe I'm just that weirdo that I don't think about things that ain't in my control, and nor do I want them to be out of my control. And do I think more people would watch my content if everybody got a notification? No, I don't believe that story for 1 second, because everybody got something to do. And if they need to be here, they'll come. But I'm gonna do everything in my power to make them keep coming. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay. I just wanna make sure I didn't sound crazy.
No, it doesn't.
No, I get complaints all the time where people will be like, oh, we'll be live for like 5 or 10 minutes or something. They'll be like, I never got notified. I didn't get notified.
That's when I
until
stopped
late,"
caring.
this and all that.
When I noticed that I would not get notifications for the stuff that I wanted to see, that's when I stopped caring. But here's the trick, and here's why you're in trouble. I know, not your fault. I know for a fact that Brandon and JP go live every Friday at 6 a.m. my time. It's in my calendar. I don't depend on YouTube to remind me. I am of a certain vintage. I put it in my calendar. If you can make your content so dope that people put that joint in the calendar, you're good. If you look at my calendar today, it would have said Manchester United game at 7, Notre Dame game at 1. Why? I put it in my calendar. Tomorrow's calendar said Raiders game at, tomorrow is Sunday. I said it like Paul, holy crap. Dude, why are you not showing the right view? What is your problem? Day view, Sunday. Raiders game is at 4:20, right? Like, do I really need to put the Raiders game in my calendar? No, but why do I put them in there? Because I don't miss one. I should miss them, good Lord, but I don't miss one. So if it matters to you, you put it in your calendar. If you can't get your people to like your content that much, ask them what you're doing wrong.
Yep.
Because again, and I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but if I'm reading the question and being 100% honest with you, You're asking the question from your point of view. You're not asking the question from your viewer's point of view. And that's not your fault. That's just the way our society has raised us. You got to break that habit. The minute you can break that habit, you win. Ask the question from your people's point of view. Yay! GG! Uh-oh, we're going to the Carnival Sunrise. I'm gonna tell you what, I went to Cancun with Gigi. Yo, I'm traveling with Gigi. She knows what to do. Except for the next day after the dancing night, Jill's hungover and my knees hurt. I ain't partying with Gigi that much, but she got good food though. She said too many notifications. I do get notifications from Discord. See, there you go. She said, I prefer Lowe's. My boy is a manager at Lowe's. If I go there, I feel like I'm gonna get cheap. Yeah, I definitely missed a time or two, but I try to, tell the community that, whatever. Yeah, it's the same thing though. It doesn't matter. If you're depending on notifications in any way, shape, or form, you failed.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna put that out there and I'm gonna stand on business on that. If you depend on notifications for your people to know where you're supposed to be, then you failed. They should know because they're down for that.
It's not 100% reliable.
It's not reliable at all.
It's like you said, they carry the milkshakes, but they drop them a lot too.
Yeah. I think though that they're asking if you post something in community that's off of your regular time, does that get notified?
I think notifications get sent out. Like, okay, you follow people on IG. When they post something, you get a notification. But I don't see those notifications. Yeah. So the system, if the question is, does the system notify all 20,000 people? Yeah. But is the system flawless? No. So it's supposed to notify all 20,000 people. But it doesn't work that way because internet connections and there's an outage at AT&T or you got your phone on Do Not Disturb. So notifications are basically useless. Most people hate notifications at this point and they relatively ignore them.
I agree with you. A lot of people who are following a whole lot of people especially don't see them. We're finding from our people who follow us and have the notifications on still don't always hear about it or hear about it way later. One of the things that we try to do, if I know, because like you said, I'm not going on a certain day and time anymore. If I'm doing something that I know is going to be real special, we have a community in Heartbeat. So and I can notify them by email there, or we'll put it in our email list. Or sometimes I will go ahead and put in the community tab, hey, I'm going to go live in about 10 minutes. I'm going to just be making my coffee this morning and let's talk about making pecan syrup or whatever. And I don't know if they're more likely to get notified by that than when I go live, they'll just see, oh, I follow Kathy, she's live. But I also do it not just so they'll watch me then. People will come and see, oh, something's in the community tab, and maybe 3 days later they'll come and watch that live. Because I get a lot of views after the fact is when we get the majority of our views. We don't have 1,500 people on there live, but usually we get about 1,500 views.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. And then again, like if I'm in Japan, I'm not going to do this. But I normally tell everybody, and they all know I'm in Japan because they see the IG, this fool is eating sushi every night. If I'm in the air, I'm not going to do it. If it's going to be too many missed in a row, I'll get somebody to fill in. But like pretty much every Saturday for 5 years, I would say over 5 years, I might have missed 10.
Yeah.
Right. But they were normally planned. Paul said, I think it depends on the type of industry you're in. I don't share much with subscribers anymore as they don't want to get bombarded. Who told you they don't want to get bombarded? I think that is a cursor myth. I think that's a creator myth. I think creators all say that people don't want to get bombarded, but if you ask your people, they'll be like, feed me, Seymour. Like, it really is. And truthfully, if you look at your stats though, like 80% of the views come from non-subscribers. Because subscribers don't matter anymore. Yep. Nobody wants to hear this, and I again stand on business, and YouTube has even said it themselves, but subscribers doesn't matter anymore. It works off of what's known as an interest graph. You see what you're interested in.
Yep.
What time is our flight out of Seattle? I am live, woman.
Is that Mary Lou?
Yeah.
I think she
can tell her.
expected you not to answer during the live. I'm just going to go out on a limb there.
You know, when you were talking about calendars, like, right, okay,
Yeah.
here's the thing, because you know, we all know that I have some tendencies that tend to be towards the ADHD
What do you mean
spectrum.
tend to be? What do you mean
And,
tend to be?
So I'm in the doctor's office, and the doctor
4 p.m.
says to me, you know, well, why don't you start taking all your medicine in the morning instead of at night? You know, and I'm like, well, because it took me a really long time to make myself always take it at night. And he says, well, just put it in your calendar, and then when, you know, you won't forget that way because you'll get a notification. And I went, yeah, okay. Because I'm like, dude, nobody, like, they go off and they go, oop.
Oh,
I'm not going to,
Mary Lou saw me make that stupid comment. Oops, she's paying attention. Oops. Hey, downstairs the band was playing Goodbye, Mary Lou. Oh, hello, Mary Lou. Goodbye, heart. And I was trying to get the camera out to film it to send it to her. I got like the very last version of that. Anyway, Rich has a good question. It says, is there an optimal time for releasing recorded videos? Midday, weekdays, morning, etc. And I want to say 108% equivocally yes. Do I follow that? No. Because, again, the platform tells you what's optimal, but based on my work day and my time to get my videos posted, it's always about 3 hours later than will be my optimal time. Now, I can fix that by recording 2 in a row so that I can release the next one at the proper time, and then I'm ahead of the game, but I just ain't done it yet. So I just don't think about it personally. It probably does matter, because otherwise YouTube wouldn't show you that's a thing, vidIQ, TubeBuddy, all these apps wouldn't tell you that's a thing. So I do believe it's prominent, but I try not to get into the minutia. It's kind of like golf. When I was playing, and I would read the golf magazine, and then I bought all these stupid DVDs. I rented DVDs from Netflix about getting better. And you start trying to fix all the things. And so when you get up, you're like, and ADHD, I'm saying it, okay, grip the club like this, interlock this finger under here, rotate the knuckles in, tuck this elbow in, lift this one up, make this higher, put the hip out, put the foot here. My friends are like, hey, motherfucker, you gonna hit the ball? I'm like, shut up, bitch, I'm going through my routine. And they be like, dog, like the 4 behind us is waiting and the 4 behind that 4 is waiting. Hit the freaking ball.
Yeah.
And I literally started overthinking my golf game, and then when it wasn't getting better, I was getting worse. It's because I was trying to fix too many things at one time. And then I went back to just playing relaxed, and my game got better.
Yeah.
And I won more money. And so you can start thinking about all the minutia, and it could take you out of your flow. If the rest of your flow is solid and you're feeling good game and you want to add an additional piece to level up, gangster. But if you don't have the rest of your flow tight and you're trying to tight up time of day, now we're in the overthinking concept, Cheryl. I just had to make sure that she knows this. So, because it is easy to, dude, I'm with you, Rich. Like, we're in the same boat. I'm trying to make them, as good as possible. And I start thinking about it. And I was telling Caleb today this exact same thing, but in a very different manner. We're about to go downstairs and shoot these cars. And Caleb was like, I'm going to put it in D-Log-M, and I'm going to shoot it in D-Log-M so I can get to my color grading. And he goes, I got that. They go, I got that from you. And I was like, yeah, it's funny because I stopped using D-Log-M. And they were like, why? And I'm like, because I'll start overthinking and spend too long editing. I shoot and post. I don't even bother with D-Log-M. And all of my audience is over 50. They can't see that shit no way. So I really stopped doing D-Log-M because none of y'all can see the color differences that good. So
I have a follow-up
to
Rich's question.
To Rich's question. I'll put Rich's question back.
So, do you do, what's better to do, just post the stuff or do a premiere?
I kind of do mostly post at this point because I'm on, 293 days of posting. But I like doing premieres because it's just fun to sit there in the chat and see people's reactions when it's live. I don't know if it really helps performance or not. I just like doing them because it's fun. And when I post late at night, I see all of the ding-dongs who can't sleep too. Because it'll be like me and Lionel, Bailey. Sometimes Dragon will pop up. Sometimes Strick's still awake. So like I see the people in our community that don't sleep good. Cause when I'm posting at like 7 my time, yo, it's like 2 a.m. over here. And I'm like, why your ass still up? Go
Well,
to bed.
sometimes I'll post it like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. That's why I'm always like, oh, I shouldn't do a premiere. I should just post it.
Yeah.
But maybe
People
I
be
should
up.
see.
Sometimes people be up. Kevin to be up. I'm like, Kevin, go to bed. Kevin's like, hey, Doc. Like, it's super funny. So I like to do the premieres just to talk to my friends because, like, you know, I'm in the office still yet. I haven't gone home.
So Doc, if you publicize the premiere, that's what I do some for my channel. So then
Yeah.
I'll send out an email about it, put it on Heartbeat, and then I don't know this, but I wonder if just having more people in, because I get more people in a live than just sees a new video that I put up. So if I have people there and I'm talking to them, I can pop in that link to buy that Ninja Creamy 3 ebook. And then also I feel like it just gets a little more people there. And I'm trying to be a little like more CTA, which I'm not very good at, and go, hey, like this video so more people can see it.
Well, that's one thing with like vidIQ, or they tell you what your optimum time is, but it's based on when your
Time's
community is online and watching stuff. So it's like if you're trying to do something like that where you want to bring that audience in, you're going to see this is the best time when the most of your people, you know, as Rich made a comment about the fact that YouTube looks at what you do in the first hour of the video. If that's the kind of stuff that you're after, that's the kind of stuff you're going to end up chasing. But it's like with Doc, he does this every week. The consistency is there that everybody knows he's going to be on at this time. Now, we also know that when the time changes, Doc doesn't change. So for us, it's going to shift an hour, but it's always consistently there.
Yeah, I definitely do that as well. So I really do like the concept of posting like at a certain time. If I could get over the batching hurdle, which I'm about to spend the next week with Mary Lou, and I'm gonna hear about it. So
Maybe we need a batching challenge.
if I can get myself over the batching hurdle, then yeah, I think I'll be okay. Cause that would really help me. Cause even like last night, I really wanted to make that video and we were up until like 2 and I was like, yo, I still gotta go make my video. And that would have been a perfect opportunity to bitch out. I mean, let's be honest. I've done 200 and what did I say, 290?
You've been killing it.
I've done 330 days in a row. If I were to not do 331, can't nobody tell me I haven't proven my point. My point was that if you have your purpose and you know what you're doing, you're not gonna get burnt out. There's no such thing. Creative burnout is a little bit of a myth. Now that I have ADHD and ADHD diagnosis and the psychologist tells me, psychiatrist, psychologist, therapist, whatever, the rapist, get it? The rapist, that's what it says. I'll take the rapist for 1,000. That's therapist, Steve. Oh yeah. It said, yeah, for ADHD people, there's definitely a burnout thing. And I realized what happened is creators who have ADHD were getting burnt out, and then other people were taking that and attaching the word creator in the front of it because that person is a creator. But what was getting them stuck wasn't necessarily the content creation process. It was a standard issue, ADHD, dopamine deficits. It was like the actual clinical burnout. And I've never said that clinical burnout isn't real. I'm like, creator burnout isn't real. If you're making content and all of a sudden you want to make it because it's a sponsored video, you don't want to make that sponsored video because you're not really into the product, but you already said yes and you already took the money and now you have to make a money that you ain't feeling, that sucks, right? Yesterday, I made a video from a sponsored product and, well, I didn't finish making it yet, but I shot the video and I love this freaking product. I was over the roof and I still had a hard time because Paul, I could not say what the hell I was trying to say. It just didn't work. Maybe I'm tired, maybe, Addie wasn't kicking in, but I just couldn't get my lines out. But that didn't stop me from recording the video. Like I wasn't mad at myself. I thought it was comical that I could not say a very simple thing. It took me like 80 takes. And normally I could do my product videos in a single take, no edits. But for some reason, I just couldn't say that. So in a way, it's like when you're not feeling it, that pressure of putting out something when you don't feel it, that is what people are calling burnout. And so, yeah, like.
I think burnout is, actually, if you look at it, is if you're feeling burnt out, things are you've overcomplicated stuff.
They
You've made
think-
it too difficult. Now,
Yeah.
sometimes you don't have, if it's like a job and stuff like that, you may not necessarily have the ability to control that, that complexity and all that stuff. And it does require a change. But I think it's like, if you're feeling that, you need to take a step back and look at what you're doing, because you're probably trying to do more than you need to be doing. You need to make adjustments.
That's super funny. Before I get into Kat's question, Rich, I've been telling myself to fix this problem for so long, and I keep messing it up. And every time I see Jeff and Kat's emails, I get mad at myself. And I was like, dude, you need to start doing that, because it really does make a difference. It really does make a difference. And then to finish Rich's point, said he asked because YouTube is big on the views in the first hour or two, and if you're not getting those clicks, they bury it. They are. This is true about the, I'm trying to highlight something you can't highlight. It is very true about the views in the first hour or two. It is not true about they bury it. I've talked to enough people that physically work at YouTube. They do nothing to bury videos. If the video is good, it gets more mentions, recommendations, whatever. If people interact, the one thing, and I keep telling everybody this, why do I bitch constantly about comment on videos? Commenting show real engagement, not TV engagement. Because they know now that so many people watch on TV. So they can count a view. See, the problem with just the view count is views can come from anywhere. Do you know, I don't know if I can show this, but do you know that if I were to open up the tube of view on my phone, come on, bitch, wake up. This one is a killer. If I open up YouTube on my phone and I go here, and now this video about the soccer match this morning is playing. I'm not watching it, I just open the app on my phone. And Cheryl said, yo, Doc, what we eating for dinner? And I'm like, damn, Peanut, that's a good question. We can go to Newburyport, Black Cat. Caleb, Paul, and I, we love this joint. There's one right behind the Black Cat in Newburyport. There's an Indian spot there that has some vegan options. There's also a vegan Thai place in Newbury. So we'll find something dope, whatever. And I come back, we have a 4-minute conversation. This line is 4 minutes longer. That's a view. You don't believe me? Check your history of shorts and shit that you did not watch that are in your history. But your computer, you had the mouse hovered over it while you was talking to Lisa. And then when you come back, it thinks you watched some like big titty short, and now everybody thinks you're a pervert. But no, you just had the, and Ken and Glenn and I talked about this yesterday, because Facebook is really bad at it. Facebook loves to tempt you with these really obnoxious shorts. And Katie says she got a short with full ass schlong in it on her feed. Because they're not monitoring it as close as they think. But those things are counting as views. So the reality is, views aren't even important anymore, nor are subscribers per se. The algorithm is 100% based on interest graph. If I make a short today about all these beautiful cars, and then I go look up a Cummins diesel swap on a Rolls Royce. Yes, it's happening. His name is Gary G.W. He's out of Texas. He's doing a Cummins diesel swap on a Rolls Royce that he bought for like super cheap. And I look at that, and then I go look at Electrified Garage, which is down the street, which would take muscle cars and turn them into electric cars. And within 3 or 4 days, I'm not gonna see anything about soccer. I'm not gonna see anything but car videos. Mm-hmm. And that's because the interest graph is what's really popping. So if you're clear in your title and thumbnail that you're talking about something that people are interested in, your views, your subscribers will grow. But if you're thinking off the old model, which I need more subscribers and more views, and if I got more subscribers, YouTube is gonna show my channel to more people, you're lying to yourself. Because I will bet you $20 right now, you go to your feed, and one of the first couple of videos in your feed right now will be from somebody with 200 subs. Because it's about the subject, not about, I get so many brand new folks in my feed, like it's not even funny. It's mind blowing. Go over here, go away. And let's look at some of these views. 1,000 views in 21 hours. I'm looking. Tamara doesn't count. I have been looking at a lot of my travel channel people lately, so they have lots of views. But I be seeing these people I ain't never seen before, and I look at their stuff, and I look at their subscribers, and they don't got that many subscribers because they're like, relatively brand new. Unfortunately, I've been looking at too much news recently, so that's all.
What I do is
That's all the top stuff.
at least once a week, I go into my YouTube history and I clean house.
I clean house too.
And so like if there's something on the news that I've been watching or something like that, it's, as Doc said, it starts triggering all this news crap in my, things to watch. And I go in and I get rid of all that stuff. So it doesn't get rid of all of it, but it trims it down a lot.
Here's a prime example, okay? I just got this dude's video. I've never seen Sam before in my life, but I have been watching the brand new Notion shit because the new Notion is fire. And Sam has 2,000 subs. Most of the Notion people I watch, 2 million subs. 200,000 subs. But I just got a video from Sam that was posted 9 days ago. He got 2,000 subs.
Yep.
Like I'm telling you, I found Josh, who now Josh is at like 100,000 subs, but I found Josh when I was like sub number 30 because YouTube is showing, not the founder, God, what's his name? I know his name, I just went dumb. Mohan came on and said that they're switched to interest graph, and Mohan told everybody that they're starting to show this. So yeah. Anyway, let me get back to Kat's question before I forget. Kat said, what's the best strategy to tackle hours of footage on the SSD card? I'm sitting in my studio now with the O word. I know you hate that word. Depends on what your goal is in tackling. So I'm gonna defer to Peanut for what your goal is in tackling, and I'll just try to stick them together. What do you mean by that?
Oh, I mean,
Because her eyes lit up when she saw your question.
Oh, we have hours upon hours upon hours.
Hundreds of hours,
Like hundreds of
probably.
hours of video footage on SSD cards from all the trips and from the ships, from excursions, from everything. And it's like, where do you start? Like she's asking, like, what strategy do I use to decide what I'm going to start tackling first? And lately what I've been doing is, like I told you earlier, I'm just trying to get the low-hanging fruit that I can edit really quickly and put something up. But I have to sit there and go through all of those and see what I've got. That's hours upon hours upon hours of Pocket 3 footage and just all the stuff that's on the SD cards. So it's overwhelming sometimes. And I know, like in my brain says, well, if you'd have done some work while you were on that ship, you wouldn't get backed up because you'd already have done that while you were there and you'd have put it out already, which going forward, I think is the right strategy, is to try to put up things while we're traveling. Like, even if it means I gotta skip a show or stay up later, get stuff out so it's not backing up on that.
Yeah.
Is,
All right.
is going forward, I know the right thing to do.
So here's what I use, right? I'm scared to read Rich's last comment because I can't see it that big, but I'm gonna get to it in a second. What does it say?
Oh gosh.
Where are the big
Oh, the
titty
big titty
shorts?
shorts. Yo, trust me, the feed be trying to send you them joints. And I'm like, one day I'll open my phone and Karen gonna look over the phone and go, what the hell are you watching? I say, it wasn't me, dog. That was a YouTube algorithm. I promise. It wasn't me. Yeah, it's super funny.
If it has anything on historical, within about 1 or 2 months, people will start asking to join the Ecamm community, and there'll be porn videos attached to it. It'll be, we're in a
Always.
month or two from that happening.
That's crazy.
Historically. Oh yeah. I've seen more straight porn moderating the YouTube channel than
Yo, it's super funny. Okay, so Kathy, I'll put this in for you. This is a Scott Kelby video that I watched, I think like 2 years ago. What did it say? Yeah, 2 years ago. Damn, I'm not that old
Can I
yet.
ask a dumb question?
Yes.
Which is all my questions. But so Lightroom works with Final
No,
Cut?
not at all. That's,
Oh, okay, because I was like,
I didn't get that far.
all right, sorry.
The reality is, if I was going to tell Gretchen how to do hers, I would say, you're a librarian, right? Yep, make a Dewey Decimal System. Because she knows that by heart. She's a librarian. Scott is giving you how to do it with photos. It doesn't matter if it's photos or videos, the formula works, right? So you're just gonna go and you're gonna organize your library kind of like how he did it, and mine is kind of similar to this. And, you know, it's sort of like this. But nowadays, it can get even better because search algorithms are starting to be able to find the words that you said in videos. And there is a couple apps out right now that do that. If you've transcribed your stuff in any way, shape, or form, you can do that. But reality is, I have shorts. All right, so on this computer, if I do, see this, oh wait, let me help other regular people, hold on. Command-Shift-D, dude, that's not it, you gotta be here. Command-Shift-D. So if I go pap, wake up Maggie, and then I go travel, you see something called Travel Folder Master. If I click it, it pops up a little window, says, where do you want to put this? I'm gonna say desktop. And then I'm gonna say new folder. And we're gonna call this Creator, E-A-T-O-R, can't learn how to spell, Camp 25. I hit enter. Bingo, now there's a folder on my desktop called Creator Camp 25. Now you ready to see dope? Open up the folder, and oh, it failed. Uh-oh, it doesn't work in Tahoe. I have to rewrite my script. In theory, inside this folder is supposed to be a bunch of other folders that already organize my script. But I'm gonna have to rewrite the script because I just updated the Tahoe. But it would basically put Osmo Pocket 3, you know, my other camera, A camera, B camera, pictures, stills, like everything. And I have these folders. And as I empty cards every day or empty cameras, it would automatically fill these in. So I have to update my script now, but basically that's it. That video on my channel on how to make that script is there. And I didn't know it didn't work in Tahoe because this is my first trip since I switched to Tahoe. Pretty funny. But yeah, normally that's what that does. Open Apple Scripts real quick.
And Cheryl, that would be easy for you to do, just dump all cards every night instead of like, because I think you feel like you need to edit all that and make the video that night. But that way you
Yeah.
could just dump, start the next day with fresh.
And at least have them labeled so that while they're fresh in my mind, instead of waiting 3 months and going, what ship was that? And then looking for some clue in the video for where we were at, kind of
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think it was very overwhelming in the beginning, like getting all the footage and everything, because, you know, it was very new for me
Oh, there it
to
goes.
even be doing all that stuff.
So you see what it did? So it made this folder, and these are all empty, but it came up with DJI mic, OA5, that's the Osmo Action 5, with the audio files. It has the Osmo Action 5 full resolution files. It has the low resolution files, because you know when you make the card, it gives you 4 files. So they just go in the right place. And then I can put my Osmo Pocket 3 audio, the Osmo Pocket 3 full resolution files, my Osmo Pocket 3 low res files. And so when I dump an SD card, I just dump things into the right folders. So I have everything. And that was a simple Apple script. And I know that you guys, well, I don't know how to write Apple script. Guess what? I hadn't written one in a long time either. What I did was I drew this on a piece of paper with a napkin. I was like, here's the file name. And then I said, folder 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I named the folders. I took a picture of it. I said, ChatGPT, write me an Apple script that creates this. And it goes, okay.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's why I made the video. It's on my channel. Go watch that shit. Like, how easy is that? And I didn't write not a piece of this script.
Really?
That was written by ChatGPT.
I didn't know we were supposed to watch the videos he put on his channel.
I tell you what, Paul. I tell you
Put
what.
those pennies in his pocket.
Yo, so no, for real, like I did that because I believe that it's like your mama, right? If you put the laundry away while it's still hot, you'll put it away. If you dump it on the bed, I'm gonna fold it later, it becomes a pile in the corner of your room. And you say you finna get to it, you ain't finna get the shit.
Because you look at that pile and it's like, oh, there's too much there. And then the
Yeah.
pile just
Yeah,
keeps
and the
getting
pile
bigger.
just keeps getting bigger and bigger and
And
bigger.
then the
that's
overwhelm
exactly
gets
what's
more and
happening.
more
That's
and
where the
more.
overwhelm comes. So the reason why you have all these things is you have many, many opportunities when you're only at 4 cards to put this mess away, and you just keep adding to the pile, and next thing you know, you asked out. So the best thing to do now is either dig yourself out, or for the first one, give yourself grace. Make a folder called old random shit. Put everything in that folder.
Yeah.
And then build your new folders the way your brain gonna work. I can't tell you how mine works. I can tell you what Scott did. I even modified Scott's system because this system don't sort of match me, but it's very similar, right? And then I just make those folders and I keep everything in them, and that's how they live on my NAS. So they're living on my NAS almost in the Scott Kelby system. You know what I'm saying?
So since we travel a lot, I've been getting like those little travel hard drives, the ones that from SanDisk that are like
That's what I use.
bomb-proof.
That's what I use.
And so I could just transfer everything from the SD card to that. And then when we get home, I'm just going to transfer that to the NAS drive.
Correct.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put this in, like how to create your project folders with a single click. This is the video.
But some cameras too geotag stuff, depending on how it's linked up. So you kind of get a sign, like on the iPhone, if you're taking pictures, it has a geotag, so you know kind of where
Yeah.
the location is, and that can help you sort it out too. But
Yeah, that helps a lot.
But yeah, I mean, it's like if you have a big pile of laundry over in the corner, you know, like Doc said, take it all, put it in one big folder and say, you know, crap to sort or something. And then just little by little go in and just start organizing it based on how you've got it set up.
Yeah.
You
Like
know, you
even
can eat the
tonight-
elephant one bite at a time.
You could do creator camp,
Yep.
Yeah, and get set
and
up for
like we could have a Salem folder.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
So you go, I do that. I go by the locations.
But yeah, if you, once you get it set up, like when you go on a trip like this, if you basically get yourself to like once a day, take those pictures and organize them, it's much easier. I mean, when we did the Ecamm database for all of the YouTube videos, there's thousands of videos. We had to go through all of them and categorize them and all that stuff. Now it's all done. When I see somebody upload a video, I mean, if I haven't seen it put into the database within an hour, it's either I'm doing it and telling them I've done it, or I'm going, are you gonna put that in video content library and all this stuff? Because it is so easy to do something and not put it in the database, and then it doesn't take long before the database gets out of whack, and now you're spending hours to try to fix it or rebuilding. There's over 600 hours worth of work building that database.
Yeah.
So you got to stay on. You can't use the excuse, oh, I'll add it
That
later,
was my picture.
Yeah.
because you'll forget.
I literally took that picture and I told ChatGPT to turn that into some folders. It was that simple. So I'll put this video in there too. T. Will, the answer to your question is that's how every live platform exists. So it's already there. I don't know if you haven't seen my video. It exists, but that's how videos work. That's the only way it works. So the question was, will Ecamm get RTMP? It's been RTMP since version 1, beta, version 01, because that's the only way streaming works is RTMP or SRT. So yeah. Did we get everybody? All right, that's it. All right, so what's the next step?
You end the stream.
No, I'm talking about for these two.
Ah,
I think I know what it is for Cheryl.
Why
Which
you
is
gotta be?
easier than
Why
it-
you
what
always
the-
putting it on Cheryl? What you finna do?
I know,
Country
what am
ass.
I
you've got
fixing to
some
do?
marketing stuff.
Yeah,
that
I've got
has
a
to
marketing
happen.
Oh,
plan.
don't worry. Caleb got a hold of her and put her in timeout and squared her up.
Yes, he did.
Caleb squared her up.
I'm just trying to get him to record it and put it up on his channel. But it's always easier sometimes for me to see the steps that other people are going to
Oh,
do
yeah,
than the
it's-
steps that I do. But definitely for me right now, I want to try and do just some real easy, short kind of things while we're here. Even if it's like, oh, I just got this coffee here, or oh, look, it's fall. Like, I'm pretty good about going, oh, look, the leaves are changing, or even taking people on a walk and showing them a stream
All right, you're in trouble now.
Oh,
Where's your
crap.
phone, sister?
over there.
How about it? Don't be over
You want me
there.
to go, you want me to go get it? Where's it at? Is it- it's-
Okay, that's a question.
When
That's
you
a
talk
longer.
about shorts, are you talking about?
Talking about how
just-
tall
Can
she
you get
is.
Are Are you talking about just like verticals or
Yeah,
you talking
he's talking
verticals
about
and-
Verticals,
YouTube
yeah.
Shorts.
YouTube Shorts.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember where.
I'm gonna put Kathy on the spot. I'm gonna
You're
have
gonna
her.
make me
I'm
do
gonna
it
have
now,
her make
aren't
a
ya?
short this very second.
Yeah, I knew
It's gonna
this.
be super, super easy.
Okay.
So, all you're gonna do is you're gonna put on the camera right now, and you're gonna tell people that you're doing a live stream with me, and Paul and Cheryl, so that you can make the live streams better for your community. So I'm getting all my questions answered. So make sure you don't miss the next live, because it's going to be even better.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. So I have one question for you.
Nope.
Can I make this? How do I make this flip?
Make what flip?
Behind me?
Why you care?
Okay. I don't care.
See, that's what I mean. See that right there? I care. Listen.
Like-
She almost broke her whole thing because she's trying to flip the image, because you know the eCam is backwards on the camera. And the reality is, the content of this particular video, it doesn't matter. And second of all, when you go to edit it, to post
We
it,
can flop it then.
in the story.
Yeah. Okay. So you want me to do it now, live?
100%.
Hey,
You
come on
can start
in.
with Paul in there, and then you can pan to me and Cheryl.
Okay.
I've been hitting videos all day today.
I'm only so my arms are short. Hey everybody, I'm here with my friend Paul and some other friends. But like, isn't he
Hi.
great? Have you heard me say Uncle Paul? That's Uncle Paul. And we're here for eCam, which you can see up there, for live streaming. So I'm here with Doc. Cheryl's here too, and we're learning how to make our streams even better. So make sure that you come and check out the next one, and we're gonna have just a great time. Here's Doc.
Stop goofing off and get back to class, Cat. We got stuff to learn.
So see you soon.
That's it. That's what I mean. That's your
Yeah.
personality. That's you being little country cute lady and, you know, Uncle Paul, and you're just being yourself, and you literally just post that, and then in the comments part, you just say, I'm here learning more stuff so I can make the content I make for you guys better. If you have anything specific you want to ask about your own content, I'm here with a bunch of really cool expert people this weekend, so I'll pass it on for you. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because some of your people make content too.
Yeah, and what I would even do normally, because we're on this live, is I will post this on the community tab. If you just want to come hang out with me and Cheryl while we're hanging out with Paul and
Yeah,
Doc.
that's it. That's all I want you to do.
Okay.
And get into the habit of, and I'm doing this to myself, so I'm not whistling Dixie, because I'm from up north, but I'm doing what I call eating my own dog food. I am trying to make more just shorts for the sake of shorts.
Yeah.
I think I just posted one yesterday. If I didn't, I was in the middle of posting it and I got sidetracked. But I literally just start making, you know, videos for video's sake without worrying about everything being, you know, super polished. Oh yeah, this was the one I posted yesterday. And all it is, I didn't say anything. It's just the gym. It says home away from home, because I sent it to Caleb and I was like, yo, we're going to the freaking gym. And now that I told Caleb's a bitch, and he'd be like, come on, Dad, let's go downstairs, you know. And I'm like, no, man, I'm tired. Caleb's like, no, bitch, get your ass up, let's go to the gym. So now that I told Caleb that we're going to the gym, we're going to the gym,
Yeah.
right? Because I put Caleb on it, and she's not gonna let me get away with it, right? So legit, that short is not even about my personality, it's about nothing. It was making sure that I work out,
Yep.
right? And now that I told everybody I'm gonna work out while we at camp, I put my business in the street. Now I got to do it.
And I do that.
I know how my
Yeah.
brain works, right? If I put my business in the street, I got to do it. So that's literally all that's about. And so there'll be a short today, you know, just from, you know, the classic cars or whatever. I'm going to post the one that we did over there. But yeah, you just really start thinking about shorts, not from, you know, and this is what I was fighting with Cheryl earlier when I was eating lunch. I'm like, it doesn't have to be perfect, fam. Like the short, let me explain my nephew. Kazuma is on his way to being an elite dancer. And he's already been in a Snoop Dogg music video. He's been on Magnum PI, Hawaii Five-0. He's moving to LA, getting an agent, like Cosimo's going to be that dude. And I already told him you're going to have to buy Uncle a house when you get done, right? Cosimo will post a video of him doing a dance that he's built. He's choreographing stuff now. He's teaching class. Yo, he's 15. He got clients already. He's got a good uncle. We're going to make that money. So he'll post a video where he's doing choreo. And after he posts it, he watches it back and he was like, oh, this could be a little bit tighter. So the perfectionist in us would have never posted the first one.
Right.
Cosimo posted the first one. And then he goes, this could be tighter. He will put that shit back on the tripod and record the second one. He'll be like, sorry guys, I'm gonna repost it. This one will be tighter than the first. And then he'll do it and he'll post it. And he'll look at it again later. He's like, you know what? This would have been a better beat. He'll put it back on the tripod, change the music, same choreograph, different music. Put it back on the tripod, change the choreograph, different music. That fool in an hour will post 8 different shorts of the exact same dance. And you know what nobody cares? They watch them all. Because when you go to look at the view counts, there's 20,000 views on every single one of them. So you put out the one perfect one, he would have got 20,000 views.
Right.
But he put out 8 messed up ones and one quote unquote perfect one. It still ain't perfect because I'm mean to him. But at this point, he's got almost 240,000 views. You see what I'm saying?
Totally.
So y'all be tripping, trying to get cute, trying to get perfect. Because first of all, it doesn't exist. And second of all, every time you put a hook in the water, you have an opportunity to catch fish.
Oh, that's, yeah.
And you're trying to put one well-polished hook in the water to catch not nay fish. Right?
Which
And you will always find the video that you hate the most, catch the most fish.
Well, and you know, now that you've said that, like I'm always the one, like when I was doing Monday Motivation and all that stuff, telling people not to be perfect, telling them that it doesn't exist, and yet I was not practicing what I preach.
Yeah.
It's so much easier to tell somebody else how to do something than it is to do it yourself.
So
Rich said, watching a video of someone making a video on a video channel is very meta.
Yes.
This
yes,
is
it
why
is.
this is why me and Rich are friends, because that would be the same thing that I would be thinking, yo, the cars are like, they were supposed to leave at
They're
3,
gone.
Rich, which is like hour and a half, but I still hear some guys out there, because you know, they get there and they just talk about their cars. Yo, Rich, we met this dude with like a original 65 Corvair engine in the back, and it was beautiful. And one of my favorite things about these car shows is you get these OG New England dudes to talk about their cars, and they could just go. Like, they're just super, super happy about it. And he was the nicest dude. And he's like, yeah, so when I got this car, I was telling Paul, I was like, yo, we're here for the Amesbury car show. It's like, when I first got this car, you know, I had the police officer come to me and say, why are you putting the gas in the front of the car? And I'm like, because the engine's in the back of the car. And I was like, bro, I love it. But I could just talk to that dude forever, because you could just tell, like, to me, those guys are creators. They might not be making YouTube videos, but they're creating masterpieces. You guys were down there, right? They're beautiful. And I think that's one of the things that people get twisted over is, like, you deal with creators on a regular basis. They just might not be making video content, but they still create some stuff. Yep. And the way that these guys care about their cars and seeing this community, this is all relatively close New Englander car fanatics from, you know, Rhode Island, Maine, Massachusetts, New Hampshire. They're all in the, maybe some guys even came all the way from Connecticut, but they bring their rides down, they park them, they talk stories, they trade secrets and like swap it up. And it's just really cool. It gives us something to see. And then I won't mention the person's name, but one of the old people was like, yep, I rode in one of those. I rode in one of those. I'm like, yo, they didn't have these cars when I was born. What are you talking about? This one had a horse. And he's like, yep, I rode in one of those. Paul was like, oh, I used to have one of those. And I was like, holy crap. Like, it's super funny. But when I first got here, I said, Paul, my mission is to find the red Chevelle SS or the Malibu, which is the same, but not really, but I mean, they're basically twins. And he was like, oh, why? I was like, that's what I was conceived in.
And we found it.
So we found it. Me and Ken, we turned the corner and Paul was right back in there. I was like, oh yeah, that was my birthing mobile right there. That's where I came from. I came from one of these. So we did find it. It was kind of rad. But yeah, I really like seeing this type of stuff because what's the word I'm looking for? I admire all forms of creators. I'm very much into woodshop people, crafting people, quilters, anybody that makes anything with their hands. I'm about that life because it reminds me about what it's like for me to be a creator. And so I think it's it. AT, I'm kind of on that boat. We've been going sort of back and forth on this. And I think I'm going to do it. It's not really about the Gary Vee thing. I think I just want to do Stan because I want somewhere to do it. And I was telling AT that I know I shouldn't blame it on him directly, but like I get a weird vibe from Hormozi. I'm not against his business. I'm not against what he makes. I think, he's killing it. So like applaud that. I never wanna down somebody's money who's figured out a way to make it, even if it's kind of oogy, because when you put that negative taste in your mouth, it affects your own success. Mm-hmm. Because you secretly self-sabotage your success because you think if I get money, I'm gonna be oogy.
Yep.
Yes.
What is the challenge that you're talking about?
Oh, to go and build a Stan community and, start working on your community and just, build it in like 30 days.
Stan community, I'm old.
So Stan School is a new, they're not new, they're newer or recently invested in, so feel new platforms that are super easy to build communities in. Oh. So StanCart was a competitor for ThriveCart.
Oh, yes.
They dropped Cart, it's just Stan. So you know it because you know ThriveCart. StanCart was their competitor. They just flicked the word cart off. They still have a cart. They just flipped the word cart off because if you can get people to work on something with one word, make way easier for the mailing.
Okay.
So Stan was better than StanCart.
So it's like a course platform.
Yeah, community courses, email marketing.
Okay.
It's like if Kajabi didn't suck balls. It's like that. I hate Kajabi. Fuck Kajabi.
Well, you know what? All of them are kind of crappy one way or another. I don't know the Stan ones.
So the thing
but
that
I have ThriveCart.
the thing that school was popping off. They have some courses, but how they do it is a little convoluted. Stan is getting popular now because Gary Vee put the wallet in there. And so the thought process that AT and I had was like, yo, if Gary put his money in, you should kind of like go ahead and do that. You know what I'm saying? If John Holmes said eating carrots was going to give you a bigger slug, carrots would be sold out because it was John Holmes. If you know what that is, then you're dirty too.
And old.
Or you're just
Or
old.
just old, right?
Or both.
If Linda Lovelace said these sprays would keep you from getting a sore throat, you would buy that sore throat spray. They should have hired her instead of NyQuil, right? So yeah, it's kind of like if Gary Vee says that these are dope, you kind of want to check it out. And I'm old enough that if it fails, I'm not mad. Y'all might be pissed at me because I moved the community again, but I'm gonna just tell y'all to deal with me because I'm a tinkerer, I'm an experimenter. And
But people will. I've moved communities twice. I think. If you're really putting into your community and building it, they're going to move with you. They'll even help you put up with those heartbreaks.
Yeah, the other thing too is if you look at the community and it's like you look at Discord. Discord is kind of there's stuff still happening in Discord, but it's nothing like it used to be. The activity and everything is dropped tremendously. By moving it to another, the community is going to go with you, but that interaction because it's new and all that stuff will skyrocket
Well, and
again.
if you're moving your platform because the new platform just is so much better for your
Exactly.
community and easier for them to maneuver,
That's where
You need
18
to
hours
tell
looking
your
at.
community
Yeah.
that too.
Because
This is why.
especially you've been kind of saying not your only audience, but one of your audience is kind of middle-aged entrepreneurs, and I can tell you, middle-aged people who are not super techie hate Discord.
Yeah, so that's the reason why I'm
hate
moving.
it, like have visceral
She just called out Yolanda.
that's me too.
Yolanda wasn't the only one, but enough of you guys hate Discord with a passion. Like some of us have figured it out, but it's like it doesn't matter that we figured it out. If you guys don't want to be there, it's not a cool place. And I met the owner of Stan through a Pat Flynn situation,
Okay.
and because I know who he is, he seems like he's more about the individual users, and I don't get that vibe from Hormozy. However, School is probably the better instant win now. I just don't know if it's going to be instant win long run win. So you won't get if you start a School community right now, your growth would be pretty quick because they promote the other communities. Similar to how Kit, if you're on the creator plan, Kit promotes your newsletter to other people who watch similar content. Stan is working on that, but if I had to take a marketing contest between Hormozy and Gary Vee, that's like Bruce Lee fighting Paul. Hormozy's cool and shit. And Hormozy's cool and shit, but Gary Vee is second only to Seth Godin. So, AT and I talked about this. I really do feel like Stan's probably the better look. I pussyfooted around because there's something dope about the way that Stan promotes communities to each other. School. But I think I kind of want to be
What's
Stan.
the price difference? Like what?
Stan is like 30 bones a month and School is 100. And I don't even give a shit about the price. It's not
Right.
even about that.
I just have to, I'm curious because mine is a little bit crazier because I have I have 5 years of twice a month. I have 300 courses and a bunch of books, and then I have 3,000 subscribers because I give some stuff away for free every once in a while. So I run into a thing where I hit it. I'm beyond an
hit a
upper
limit.
limit.
Well,
But
and also your audience skews even older.
It has to
And
be
so it
easy
has to be
use.
easy for them to get around. It has to, they can't jump
Yeah.
through a lot of hoops. They got to be able to just click a link.
But I'll go look in this, Stan. I hadn't heard about it yet, so I'm
When they first came out, years ago, they did a roast of me. Let's see if I can find it.
Stan.
Yeah, I thought it was cool. The marketing was cool. So basically, this dude Jordan, who was their guy, he made a roast, and he's like, "Yo, Doc Rock is leaving millions of dollars on the table." And it was this dude Jordan from Stan, and
And you didn't move over right then.
no, because I thought the marketing aspect of it was cool. What did they call it?
Because that would have tempted me.
Yeah, it almost got me. But I had just moved Discord. When they did that, I literally had just gone to Discord. And after that, I was like, man, I don't want to move this again. I gotta go find it. It's not here. Maybe they changed the channel as well. But I just thought it was super funny. And it was well done. And I took every word that they said to heart. It really didn't make a lot of sense. But I didn't immediately jump. Oh yeah, then it was called Stan's Store. That's what it was.
Is Stan's store kind of like Fourth Wall?
Yeah, a little bit different, but similar. See, the problem is, and this is why I get into fights with people. They're like, how come you don't compare these things? I don't like doing comparison videos because it's really hard. And the reality is, a lot of it deserves to stand on its own leg. Yeah. So I'd rather make 2 separate videos telling you everything about one or the other and let you build that gap. Because if you build that gap based on what I say and it doesn't work out for you, I ain't trying to get blamed.
Well, the other thing on comparison videos is you're comparing things based on you and what you're doing.
There you go.
You're not, everybody is different.
Yeah.
It's like, what camera what setup should I get? What are you doing?
And see, I'm such a research weirdo, is that what happens is I'll watch 10 different comparison videos by different people so I can get, that's what he's using it for and that's what and then I kind of make my own. But the majority of the population is just going to watch one.
Yep.
So I agree. I totally get that. When we started the Travel Channel, I swear, in the first month I watched 200 hours of travel videos, just kind of set what people are looking for, maybe what we should film a little bit.
It's so easy to over-research, though. And that's where you get into, well, in a way, with Cheryl, so she watched a bunch of the travel people, And then she's like, I know I don't want to create this, but then I want to create this. And now you're trying to compare your first edit to somebody who got like 300 edits in. And that, it becomes hard. And you cannot be like, well, ignore that. I already seen it. Like, it's really hard. You know what I'm saying? When you ask your mom for these shoes and she gets you the K-Pops, you know, $1.99, and then your friend got the Nikes, like, yo, moms, these ain't the same, dog. And she's like, well, get a job then, mother. I was like, oops, all right, I'm good. You know, but like, it didn't have that, it's missing something. And it's like, you know what, my feet ain't cold, I should shut up. But I always felt slighted that I didn't have the Nikes,
Yeah.
you know?
But see, that's why I like live, because then I watch all this, I get the information when I'm doing live, I don't think about all of that. So this is really helping me too, though, like kind of frame where I'm getting these bumps in the road, or where I'm placing them.
You gotta find the bumps in the road.
Yeah.
All right, so everybody, if you wanna watch the Cheryl experiment,
It's basically what it is.
the Cheryl experiment.
my midlife channel.
This is cool because, again, it allows you to start over and build it the way you think you should build it and follow some better instructions. You're gonna go to Plant-Based Explorers.
The plant-based.
The Plant-Based Explorers at YouTube. Did you have to put the?
I don't remember.
I think we did.
It's possible. Like, sometimes.
I think we
those
had to
things
get the
make it hard.
URL or something
I
to
think
do.
we needed that for.
But
Gmail.
honestly, if you just look up plant-based explorers, I think we
You should
come
be good.
up.
All right, that's
Yeah.
cool. So look up Plant-Based Explorers, go check out the channel, and if it's something you would watch, subscribe. If you're not gonna watch it, don't press subscribe, because you're gonna mess them up. There's that.
You can always play it in the background with the sound off.
Yo,
Says
in the
someone who's
chat.
trying to monetize the channel.
I watched a big-time podcaster tell people to go to their YouTube channel and subscribe even if they don't watch it. And I was like, bro, you just killed your brand new channel.
You got 49 videos in here.
Yeah, I mean, I've been
What?
trying, like, you know. And
Shut the front
and-
I'm
door.
like,
Just-
I'm expecting like one. This is a
No.
startup,
No.
and it's like there's 49.
Well, you know, I guess to be fair, people who don't know us don't really know the backstory. Is I lost my job just before Creator Camp last year. And so when we came last year, we were trying to figure out, how do I fit in with Kathy in her food stuff? And I do a lot of stuff with her on the food channel and everything, but it still wasn't something that was mine. And so when we decided, after we went on our first cruise with some friends, that, you know, what if we tried a travel channel? And because travel is something I've become very passionate about, because honestly, when I was working full time, I never ever thought that I would get to travel.
That spa one, I think,
And
is our
so
biggest one.
it's, you know, now that I'm actually getting to travel, I've left the country and all these things, and it's just opened up my whole world.
Yeah. And one of the things we've talked about too is, and I was thinking about doing some like shorts about this, it's just like, why travel? How to pick the right cruise? I mean, and I see Gigi was saying that we're not travel agents, but the thing is like why we like certain things and not others. And because I think people don't, they go, oh, my friend went on Carnival and really loved it, so I'm gonna love it.
But you may not
And
necessarily.
it depends on your personality. So I was thinking those are some things that we can talk about, because we didn't go on our first cruise until this past December.
Yeah.
And then by the end of this year, we will have been on 16 more. So it's a higher learning curve.
Yeah.
These are good. These are super cool.
And I'm trying to learn how to do a decent thumbnail. Kathy has been having to help me
My
tremendously.
thumbnails
on
are
that,
better,
so-
but some
But
of
I
the
mean,
older ones
the
suck.
thing here is you're trying while you're learning, and,
Yes.
and that is the key point. Most people never do the try. They do the learn part, but they never do the you know, they never get to the try part. And it's like, as a kid, as a baby, you didn't learn. You would never be able to walk unless you fell down lots of times.
Right.
And Gigi, so is MSC.
Oh my God.
We don't like MSC. We haven't been on Carnival, but I've heard Gigi doesn't like Carnival. So
She said,
I lost
"God."
7 pounds on MSC
From the norovirus.
in a week.
No.
just because
the food was tasteless.
I could not eat on that.
But
on that
I've
cruise.
heard some of the newer ships are nice. We haven't been on them. We had a bad, we kind of had a not great experience on an older Holland ship, but we're
giving them another try.
So we're going to go on like a 28-day cruise next year on it. So we're putting our money where our mouth is.
You got to do the Diamond Princess. So you go from LA to Tokyo, and then you're in Tokyo overnight. You board in Tokyo, and it goes down and around Kumamoto. It comes back up the other side, goes all the way to Hokkaido, goes around the top of Hokkaido, and back down to Tokyo. It takes 11 days.
You come in with us.
Oh, yeah, you're going to need a
Let's do it.
translator.
I know, you got to go because you
Like,
know I want to go to Japan
They're going to be
so
like,
bad.
"Semimasen, oh, toilet, dog." I'm like, "Semimasen, mo." あなたたちはトイレが使いたいですけども、でもみんなは日本語全然わからない。
I don't even
gonna
know
be
what he
like-
said, but it's going to be
I
this
mean, like,
old lady has to
ask them
pee
if
a
there's
lot.
any fish sauce in that.
すいません。ベトナムフィッシュソースも入ってる？
I always like so much Japanese, like fishy sauce. A lot is very similar.
魚スープもありますか？ And then they're like, "Oh, hi, そうです。Fish sauce is in there. More for me then. You can't eat it." But I can just see it right now. I'm gonna threw Cheryl off the end of the damn boat.
See, we need to go we'll go from somewhere on the West Coast, go to Hawaii, pick you up, and
Actually,
then go around.
they make us go to LA
No way.
to go to Seattle to go to the Tokyo. I was like, man, this is ignorant. We're closer. Like, you can just go from us straight to Tokyo. Nope, they make us go to either LA or to Seattle.
Okay.
It's super dumb.
Well, I think that's good, like a creator cruise.
Yeah, but if you can get on the ship in Tokyo, so then you just fly to Tokyo. It's faster, because otherwise the trip from Seattle to Tokyo is a
Well,
bitch.
so far we haven't even flown to the UK, and even next year with our trips, we're taking the Cunard over, and we're taking some others. So we're doing transatlantics.
You can come to Creator Camp
Gigi said
and
MSC
UK
is
Creator
boring.
Camp next year.
We want to, but I think we already scheduled over it before we knew it was
What?
happening.
Oh, Gigi's going to Japan in May.
Oh, you're so
Let's
lucky.
go. Yeah,
I wanna see
I
all
don't
the
do tourist
pictures.
shit. I don't do tourist shit at all. So let's go.
And that's one of the things, though, talking about tourist stuff, one of the things that I liked most about us traveling was getting to meet people in our community that lived in other places and letting them show us what they liked about their town that wasn't necessarily the tourist stuff.
Yeah, that's the best part. That is literally the best part. I can't wait to see the Japanese people's reaction to Gigi. They're gonna be like, "Wait, she a little bit Japanese because she has Chinese blood, hence the eyes." They're gonna look at her. They're gonna be like, "Is one of your grandparents Japanese?" She's like, "No, Chinese. Leave me alone." But it's gonna be super funny. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for hanging out today. This was really cool. I like it when we get to do this IRL. When we were in Mexico, I wanted to go live so bad, but we were too busy getting slizzed, hanging out with Gigi. So that didn't happen. But it was really fun to do this. And I'm proud of what you guys are doing. I'm proud of what you guys are working on. And Cheryl, the cool part is just knowing that you're still going at it is going to help you find your way faster than if you just don't. And I know like last year you were really having a hard time getting started, but you're proof positive that momentum is the answer, and the only way to get momentum is to move. Like that's the important part. And you've seen it today. It's easy to push a rolling car. It's hard as shit to push a parked car,
Yeah.
right? But once it starts rolling, you just push it, right? There you go. So keep doing what you're doing. Thank you guys, and we're gonna go find some food to eat that won't kill these two. And I'll secretly sneak out and go to Taco Bell.
We'll get you some meaty something. Don't worry.
I'm joking. I can eat vegetables.
Can I drive the car and put you on top then if you're
Hell
going to
no,
Taco
Paul
Bell?
ain't driving nothing. Paul ain't driving nothing. Yo, it's super funny. You're going live in 26? Oh, okay. You're gonna go live in 26. I got it now. I'm not listening to Paul because that would get me in trouble. That's super funny. Thank you guys. It's been a blast. and we're gonna get campy. So appreciate you guys. I don't have my outro music, but we'll see you soon. Mahalo. Bye.